playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
There's a lot of you don't know about the fantasy headlines. Nation. Headline nation. Fantasy headlines for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yo. Analytics off the chain, other channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that chub life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner.
Headliner Nation, what's going on, everybody?
Kyle, tonight's going to be
evening.
It's going to be a good one tonight, Kyle. You know why? We have a milestone live stream tonight,
Milestone
Kyle.
live stream.
Do you know what that means?
I love it. What does a milestone
you even know what I'm talking
stream?
Do you have any idea what I'm even talking about?
A milestone is something that it develops in your kidney and comes out your pee-pee, right?
Okie dokie. Well, no, that is not what we're talking about tonight. But this is a milestone stream because we are only 80 subscribers away from 175,000, Kyle, and I want to see that number happen here tonight. That's what I'm talking about. I can't wait. I am super pumped for this one, Kyle. I haven't got my vintage 1981 shirt on because that's the year I was born.
You know, I was going to say that, and then I was like, it wouldn't be an insult anyway, because
I'm just old.
Because that's when you were born anyway.
I'm old. I can admit it, though, but you know what? I feel like a damn 25-year-old up in here, Kyle.
I agree.
And I am ready to talk some football because there's a lot going on, and right now we're getting to the point where a lot of people making some playoff runs, Kyle,
Yep.
And we know there's some big-time players that have a lot of question marks here. I'm sure we're going to touch on Josh Allen. Jonathan Taylor will be another guy that we probably talk on because a lot of people want to know what to do with JT. The super chats are going to be rolling in. If you send a super chat, it will be answered 100% before the end of the stream. Just make sure you stay patient. We're going to talk football for a couple hours here, and then Kyle's going to open some cards on the break channel after this stream is over. So a good evening planned here tonight, Kyle.
Faux show. Ready to get going. We have some super chats coming in already. Jake, was there anybody before Batmac that I did not see?
Batmac, I believe, was the first one. It came in before the stream started. I think that's the only one that has happened before we went live.
We're going with it. Batmac Gaming with the 5 bomb. Are you hot?
Bring it in, Kyle. Bring it to me.
He wants to go Garrett Wilson or Michael Pittman the rest of the season in a 12-man half PPR. I know you're going to say Garrett Wilson here. I know it.
I mean, I want to say Michael Pittman. I love Michael Pittman. He is not the issue here. But I feel like I kind of have to go Garrett Wilson right now, unless they were to make a change and go back to Matt Ryan. And I know Matt Ryan was not great, but when it came to fantasy purposes, he is way better than Sam Ehlinger. So unless they make that change, honestly, I probably got to roll with Garrett Wilson, even though I absolutely love Michael Pittman.
Yeah, and I don't want to get rid of Michael Pittman. I don't want to.
I'd rather
keep both of them. than have to get rid of one if you have to get rid of them. I will say this. Higher upside is going to be Garrett Wilson. Higher upside is going to be Garrett Wilson. I think Michael Pittman will continue to see more targets, though. I mean, he's top 12 right now in wide receivers on a per-game basis for targets. I just think he's going to see more, and my hope is that Ellinger just at some point gets going, and maybe this new coaching staff that's taking place will be like, all right, we need to get the ball in the hands of our best athletes, which one of them is Michael Pittman. Nathan Dennison, would you trade Waddle for Jonathan? Nope.
You didn't even get to finish it.
It doesn't matter. Jonathan Taylor. He wants to go Waddle for Jonathan Taylor. That's an absolute. I don't care that you have Kupp and Jefferson already, and I don't care that your running backs are Fournette and Walker, and I don't care their bye is next week. If you want to trade Waddle, who is a top 5 wide receiver, get a top 5 running back. If no one wants to give you that, then don't trade with them because they're idiots.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing is as much as we all want to sit back and hope that Jonathan Taylor returns to what he was last year, we are now entering week 10 of the season and have only seen a glimpse of it in week 1. Like, it's been 9 weeks since we've seen, explosive Jonathan Taylor. And as much as I hope it happens, we know what to expect right now from Waddle. And I don't know if I could sacrifice those points every week for a hope so for Jonathan Taylor. I would rather go Waddle, Kupp, and Jefferson and have one of them in the flex at this point.
Yep, exactly.
And even though the bye week is going to suck, the bye week will suck. But I tell people all year long, I will sacrifice 1 week, and I will lose 1 week if it means I can win the other 15 or so in fantasy football. It just may be a tough week for you next week.
808 all day, 1 for the flex and a full PPR. Jonathan Taylor, Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, Trevor Lawrence, or Jimmy G for quarterback. It's a battle for first place. So let's start at the flex. Taylor, Smith, McLaurin. I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor. He seems to be fully healthy this week.
Out of those options, I believe he probably still has the safer floor of all of them. You never know what you're really going to get with Devontae Smith or Terry McLaurin. They're really boom or bust. They're going to score 4 or they're going to score like 24 and not a whole lot in between. So that's probably where I gamble with Jonathan Taylor as well.
And then do we have, I know you like some Jimmy G this week. We have Jimmy G or Trevor Lawrence higher?
I have Jimmy G inside my top 10 and higher than Trevor Lawrence.
Well, that answers your
How's that for
question
some spice, Kyle?
Woo!
You like that spice?
Little spice right there. Just
little Salt Bay right there on top.
Just season it up. Red Hulk, the Legends. 2 different leagues. For the first one, we got to pick 2 in a PPR. Dylan, Khalil Herbert, Brian Robinson Jr., or Juan Dale Robinson. Aaron Jones is going to be back this week. Dylan, even when he got carries at the end of the game last week, it feels like he has a hard time getting going right now because they're not really utilizing him. They're just kind of all over the place with their game plan.
Yep.
So I'm not really feeling Dylan this week.
No.
Brian Robinson is not really getting anything right now because he has no ceiling. In a PPR league, Wandale Robinson should still see a decent amount of targets. And I'll put Khalil Herbert in and just hopefully he's highly efficient this week.
Probably out of these 2 options with Aaron Jones playing Herbert and Wandale, I don't love it, but out of the options given, probably the way that I go as well. And then for the second half of that, another pick 2 in a PPR, Dylan, Mostert, Pacheco, and Wandale again.
Do we go back Mostert and Wandale in this one?
That's probably where I go too. Not quite a must-start Mostert because of Jeff Wilson, but Mostert and Wandale are the 2 that I probably lean towards there as well.
OEG official becoming a member for the 17th straight month. OEG, 17. Appreciate you. What up, goats? How we feeling about Jimmy G and the Tennessee defense this week, or should I start the KC defense? Appreciate all you do.
So this is just
Jake
a defense question.
Jimmy G.
Yeah, is this a defense question? It's got to be, right? So he's either wanting to start Tennessee's defense or Kansas City's defense.
Yep. I'm going into my defensive.
I don't love either one of them, if I'm being completely honest, because I think they both can give up some big points here this week.
I've got Kansas City at 16.
Yeah, and that's probably where I would go with them over Tennessee. I love, now that we have Debo back as well, that San Francisco offense is going to be hard to stop.
Oh, no, I've got Tennessee a little bit higher, actually.
No, I'm going Kansas City.
Okay. I got Tennessee just a little bit higher. My hope is in that point, I don't know what Russell Wilson is going to be this week.
Yeah.
Jacob Bombard. Kyron Williams or Lazard this week until we see Kyron Williams grab a hold of that backfield, which could happen because nobody's done anything in it all year. We're just holding and waiting on Kyron Williams. So it's Lazard still for me right now.
Yep, I agreed. I'm not going to start Kyron just yet.
It's Archie. I'm back again with another Palmer Evans questions. I like Evans' ceiling, but wondering if Palmer is a better start since he's the number one now. I mean, he might be the number one, but give me the number one who has done it consistently for like 7 straight years, and his quarterback is Tom Brady, even though they haven't looked great this year, over Palmer still. It's close for me, but unless you're like, I don't know. Gut feeling is I'm still going with Evans this week.
I feel like it's one of those things where if you sit Evans for Palmer and Evans scores 20, you're going to hate yourself for it. The only issue I have with Evans this week is playing in dang Germany. Like, we hate these, early games somewhere else. It throws everybody's internal clocks off. What's it going to be like? Yep. That's the only part that really worries me. But if it's my team, I personally can't sit Evans for Palmer.
Yep. I mean, you say it though. Wondering, is Palmer a better start? If you're wondering to yourself and your gut is telling you that it is, Archie, follow your gut.
Yeah.
You got to go with what your feeling is there. Our feeling is if it's our team and we own them, we're not going to sit Mike Evans. We're just not going to do it.
Yep.
Dave, 424, sup guys, in a PPR format, Jimmy G or Tom Brady? Jimmy G, obviously, this week.
For me,
Jake?
Yep.
And then Fournette or Aaron Jones? I'm going Aaron Jones over Fournette. I really don't want anything to do with Leonard Fournette right now.
I actually have them back-to-back in my rankings at 16 and 17. Now, Jones is probably going to climb a little bit, but I still have I have a feeling that they don't overly use him. I probably lean Fournette, but that's just more on the side of caution because I don't know if they want to go out there. And you never know with Aaron Jones. He could re-aggravate something in the first quarter and be done with.
And then for 2 flex spots, Debo, Metcalf, or Pickens. I mean, that's Debo and Metcalf for me.
Yeah, we just can't sit either one of those guys at this point.
2 of them have been fantasy studs before. One of them is still very early in his career with a young quarterback that has been highly inconsistent to begin the season.
And he's really had 1 catch in his entire career that anybody can tell you about.
Yep. So I'm going to go
I love
Debo
Pickens,
and
but
Metcalf.
just not yet.
Yep. Ervin Alvarez. It scrolled on me and then I saw somebody else. Should I trade Josh Jacobs and Zach Ertz or Dalvin Cook and Ertz for Travis Kelce? If I'm trading somebody, it would be Jacobs and Ertz, and it would highly depend on what my running backs look like.
You would need at least 2 or 3 other solid studs.
Yeah, like 3. If you have 4 good running backs that you can start each week, then I would do Jacob and Ertz for Travis Kelce.
But if Jacobs is like your RB2 on your roster right now, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. David Amber, criminal lawyer, what's going on, David? Seeing as though I can't put Barry Sanders in my flex, David bought a crisp Barry Sanders autograph card for me a month or so ago. Hopefully it's looking well up there in the old shack, David. Who would you put in, Brian Robinson or Melvin Gordon?
Neither. Is that a good enough answer for David? Probably not, huh?
I'm probably going Melvin Gordon. What do you think?
I probably am too. And I don't love it because now all of a sudden we really don't know what to expect even more so in that backfield now that Chase Edmonds is involved. So, if anything, I'd probably lean towards Melvin and just cross my fingers and hope for the best.
Appreciate the dono, David. And thanks again for purchasing that card, man. Hopefully you're loving it. Big Dill 23. Thanks for the content and a full PPR flex to Aaron Rodgers, probably Kadarius Toney. It just says Toney. Khalil Herbert, Rashad White, Pacheco, Mostert, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Cheers. So I'm assuming this is a super flex because you're saying Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
99% of the time in a super flex league, I am going to start a quarterback if I have them.
Yep.
I'm probably going to go Aaron Rodgers here. Tony, yes, obviously with no Mecole Hardman, there's an opportunity, but he would still at best be the number 3 on that team.
Yep.
Khalil Herbert still losing a lot of touches to David Montgomery. Rashad White, not even really 50-50 yet with Leonard Fournette. Pacheco, he might be the starter, but he's not necessarily getting more touches than everybody else. Mostert losing out to Jeff Wilson a little bit. Donovan Peoples-Jones.
That's where I'm going.
Full PPR. 70
where I'm
receiving yards in 4 of his last 5 games.
Yep, that's where I'm going.
Or at least, is it 70 or 80? One of the two.
It doesn't matter. It could be 60, and I'm still taking Donovan Peoples-Jones.
I'm going DPJ here. I'm going
DPJ is one, and Aaron Rodgers is the other.
Yep. Chris, what do you think about Kyren Williams and Treylon Burks? I mean, Chris, I've been talking about Kyren Williams for like 3 weeks now and telling all of you to grab him and stash him. So if that doesn't tell you that I like him, then I don't know what does. So
Not to start this week, though.
He's not a start. Start. Still a stash. And then as far as Treylon Burks goes, it depends on who his quarterback is when he comes back.
Yeah, I mean, and he's going to come back, and is he going to be 100% healthy? It's going to take him time to get back into game shape. I'm not thinking about starting either one of these guys for more than likely another week or two, at best.
Ethan, send your message right now, and I'll keep an eye out for it.
What was it?
He sent a super chat, but he said his message didn't go through with it. He sent like a $10 donation. So
I'll look for that while you're reading.
Okay. Nibin Varghese.
Good luck with that one, Kyle.
Got Fournette for OBJ in a trade. Number 1, what do you guys think of the trade? I mean, I don't mind it. You basically traded a guy that doesn't have a team and doesn't have a timeline to return right now for a starter. So I don't mind it.
Yep,
I don't mind it. And then can I roll with Lenny rest of season with White eating into his touches? It's possible, but I don't expect him to be like your RB1 or 2. Like, I'm thinking more of a flex option the rest of the year.
Yeah, at best there for sure.
Ethan
I got Ethan's question
Rondell
here.
Moore or Judy?
Yep. I'm probably leaning Judy only because Kyler Murray's dealing with a hamstring issue, and he's just another one of those guys where if he goes out, Rondell Moore probably not going to see a whole lot.
I took the over on Judy at like 55.5 yards this week.
Yeah, that's where I would go.
Yep. Matt Walters, just traded Dameon Pierce for Devontae Adams in a full PPR league. What do y'all think? And also, who should I start in a full PPR? Carr, Goff, or Rodgers? Well, to answer your question about your trade, that's team dependent, and I don't know your trade. So value-wise, is it pretty good? Value-wise, I've got Adams a little bit higher than Pierce. So if I'm just talking purely value, you win that a little bit with Devontae Adams there.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, like we said before, hopefully you have more running backs. And that Dameon Pierce wasn't like your number 2 guy. If you got him as like your running back 4 and all of a sudden you flipped him for Devontae Adams, all of a sudden you're winning. And then when it comes down to the quarterbacks here, Carr, Goff, or Rodgers, out of all those options, I have Derek Carr as the highest. So maybe you can pair Carr with your newly acquired Devontae Adams now here this week.
Johnny Camarena. Pick 3, Adams, Olave, Amon-Ra, Sutton, and Pickens. It's the first 3 for me. Adams, Olave, and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yep.
Alexander Aloyo. Pick 2, Hunt, Edmonds, Brian Robinson, or Kyren Williams. In a bad place here, guys. Yes, you are, Alexander. Yes, you are.
Yeah, this is not a great option right here. I'd probably just go with the first 2 with Hunt and Edmonds and hope that they both score a touchdown.
That's what I was going to say, too.
Yep. May not get 10-plus points, but I'm hoping for a touchdown.
Yep. Andrew Stout. And a full PPR pick 2, Adam Thielen. Who is Skinny Batman Smith? Is that...
That's Devontae.
Did
you do this whole thing in Philadelphia?
They
do this whole... Remember like a couple weeks ago you saw Jason Kelsey with a Batman mask on the sideline?
Yeah.
They have like different versions of Batman in Philadelphia. That was Fat Batman from Jason Kelsey. Skinny Batman is Devontae Smith.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeff Wilson or Raheem Mostert. Love the vids, guys. Thanks for the dub. Adam Thielen's going to be one for sure for me. If you want to go high upside, it's Devontae Smith. But Devontae Smith might get you 2 points this week.
Yep.
If you want to be as safe as possible, I go Wilson over Mostert. What do you think, Jake?
I say that as well, only for the simple fact because you're going with Adam Thielen. Jeff Wilson also involved a little bit more from what we saw in 1 week's worth of games in the passing game. And being that it's full PPR may give you that slightly higher, floor every single week. If it's my team, though, without seeing the rest of it, I probably gamble and go with Thielen and Skinny Batman and just hope for the huge day.
That was Andrew. And
Yes.
Andrew became a member for the 6 month. I missed that
Wow.
one. Appreciate it, Andrew. Dustin Kane. Tunyon or Peoples-Jones at the flex? It's going to be DPJ for me again.
DPJ for me as well.
Darth Desmond becoming a member of Full Chub for the 3rd month. Stoked for the break tonight. Yes, Desmond, I am too. We got a box of 2021 NFL Select. It's going to be so good. Michael Pittman or Chase Claypool in a full PPR. What's funny is I have Chase Claypool as a start this week over Darnell Mooney against Detroit.
I'm going to have to check your cup to see what you're drinking.
Well,
I feel like there's cough syrup in there.
Here's the thing. If you look at the wide receivers that Detroit has shut down this season, they are smaller, less, I don't want to say less athletic, but less physically imposing wide receivers. Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, they've shut down those kind of smaller, speed-esque type wide receivers. It's the guys like A.J. Brown. It's the guys like Alan Lazard.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger, imposing, physical wide receivers that have given them trouble this year. That's why I've got Chase Claypool over Darnell Mooney.
Yep.
Now in this, if you want the upside, it's Claypool for me.
Being that Michael Pittman is involved, I'm probably still going Claypool anyway because I just don't know if I want any part of that Colts offense for the most part. That's just kind of where I'm going. I'm kind of over it right now until we see it get a little bit better in Indianapolis. The Dynasty question, Amon-Ra or Toure, it's got to be Amon-Ra and Toure for a 2023 late first plus Kenneth Gainwell. Honestly, I'm probably still keeping the Amon-Ra side, whichever side that is, whether that's you or what you're getting. Give me the Amon-Ra side before the pick there. I kind of know what we have with Amon-Ra, and I don't want to risk it and get something not equal to a little bit later. So I'm keeping Amon-Ra if that's the side that you have, or trading for him.
No, I agree. I'm keeping Amon-Ra too,
Yep.
especially considering the fact that Detroit could have a brand new, crisp, young quarterback next season to be throwing to him. Ed G. Starting Cole Kmet in a PPR league. With that, pick 2 wide receivers, Mooney, Rondell Moore, Ayuk, or Pickens. I'm a little bit worried about starting both Kmet and Mooney. Thoughts? I'm not necessarily worried about it.
I don't necessarily love it
Ayuk
either.
Is the number 1 here, though. Like, he's my first choice.
Yes.
Of these 4.
I would agree. Yes, it's close. I almost gamble a little bit more with Mooney only because Deebo Samuel's coming back too, but I understand. That's what I'm saying. So I'm probably going Mooney and Ayuk.
Mooney and Ayuk. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if we want upside here, it's Mooney and Ayuk for me there. Honestly, I'd probably go with that anyway because I don't think Rondell Moore or Pickens really brings any more safety to you than what Mooney does. So I go with Mooney and Ayuk no matter what, but I wouldn't be that worried about it. J-Noise, what up, Jesse, with the 5 bomb? How TF is there 500 watching and only 200 likes? Well, Jesse, it's actually worse now because there's 700 watching and not even 200 likes. So,
yeah. So tell them what's up, J-Noise. Tell them in the chat where the likes at in the chat.
And we got other fantasy channels in our chat right now trying to self-promote. Anna's blocking them. Appreciate you, Anna.
Yeah. If you have to go to somebody else's community to try to build your own, you've already failed at this.
You've already failed.
Yep.
You have failed.
Miserably.
Now,
what's next, Kyle?
Now, if you were to message us and be like, hey, we would like to talk and pick your brain and
100%.
Then we would be willing to maybe try and set something up depending on the time. But no, this isn't the way to go.
No.
Matty, that's not true at all.
Come on, Matty. You know better. You've been here long enough.
It's not even true at all.
Yep.
Here, I'll answer one right now. That's not a paid question. Linear Connor for the rest of the season. Leonard Fournette. Can't trust James Conner and his injuries.
Yep. Matty, you know better than that.
There you go. Suck it, Maddie. Ed G. No, already answered you. Jay Noyes answered you. Luis Alvarado with the 10 bomb. Full PPR, I got Tua, Swift, Pierce, Jefferson, Waddle, Lamb, Otten, and Josh Palmer. Do I flex Palmer or Pickens, Tony or White for the Bucks? And also Tua or Fields. So let's go back here real quick. Are we going to flex Palmer or Pickens? I'm flexing Palmer.
Yes, I agree.
Woo. Nailed it. Kadarius Toney or Rashad White from the Bucks?
I'll gamble.
I'll gamble with Tony.
I'll gamble with Tony and hope that he can get some of that Mecole Hardman role this week.
And then here's the big one.
Okay.
Tua or Fields?
This one is super tough. I have both of these guys inside my top 5, Kyle.
Yep.
So I think it's a win-win. I do have Tua one spot higher at QB3 on the week. But, I mean, I like both. Tua's just got maybe that slightly safer floor because of the plethora of options.
Yep.
If at some point Justin Fields doesn't rush for like 100 yards, all of a sudden that point total is going to come way down. Everybody's going to be like, WTF. And I just don't know if I want to bank on almost 200 yards rushing a week.
And one thing I want to touch on real quick, too, because I've seen this argument quite a bit this week when talking about the Detroit defense. Now, I think for those of you that have been fans of the channel for a while and been around, you know that I'm probably one of the most hypercritical Detroit Lions fans that you are going to find. Like, if they're not damn near perfect, I'm not giving them a winning grade on anything. Okay? So a lot of people out there have been like, well, Detroit's not any better. Just Green Bay sucked last week. And I believe that's only halfway true. Because since the bye, Detroit's defense has actually looked a little bit better.
Yep.
And they've gotten healthier on the defensive line. And they've got guys like Carl Joseph and Marco Rodriguez that are absolutely contributing, that weren't really looked at as being strong contributors at the beginning of the season, and they're growing and growing and growing. That defense is getting better. Now, are they going to win a whole lot more games because of it? Probably not. But I do think they are going to cause a few more problems. So when we talk about, like, Detroit's defense and where they're going, if you're playing Detroit's defense, I think we need to give them a little bit of a bump. And we need to realize that they are going to cause some problems for people.
You have now talked about the Lions more than any other national publication in the last 2 weeks.
Exactly.
And you did it in the last 5 minutes.
And honestly, I've watched both of their last 2 games. And again, if you've been around here for a while, you know that I will go off on them if they do something stupid. I'm going to give them credit. They're actually doing a decent job on defense right now. Alexander Valdez, Khalil Herbert or Claypool. Thanks, guys. Upside for me here is Claypool.
That's probably, I mean, Herbert is one of those guys that even if he scores a touchdown, he may still barely break 10 points with the amount that Justin Fields is running and still having Demont. I'll probably gamble with Claypool.
Jake, you want to do a little back and forth?
Let's go back and forth.
Which side do you want?
What side do you want me to have? Anyway, I'll take the super chats this week. Unless you wanted to do that.
No.
Okay. I don't know where you left off,
Daddy.
though. You what? What did you just say? Would this be a moment that Anna would have to activate the flag? She can't get into it.
She can't.
I don't know. Anna, can you activate the flag? We'll wait and see if it powers on. Where did you leave off at?
Alexander Valdez.
Oh, we did that
our
one.
last one. So we're on Kevin Ashton.
Kevin Ashton, full PPR, Schultz or Everett, Landry or Rondell Moore.
That's not true, Anna. That's not true. Liar.
It's offline. Kyle didn't set it up right. That's probably
she's a liar.
100%.
She's a liar.
Probably 100% correct. All right, Kevin. Honestly, if it's me, I want to say Gerald Everett, but it's really concerning how little he was utilized last week in another smash opportunity. So I'm probably going to pivot towards Schultz and maybe say he's a little bit safer this week between Landry and Rondell Moore. I'm not going to start Landry in his first game back, so I'm probably going to gamble with Rondell Moore, even though I don't love it.
Jacob Zwack, is Palmer a lock this week? I don't know if he is a lock this week, but he definitely is a guy that I believe has mid to low end wide receiver 2 upside, or wide receiver 2 safety, and then we could go like high wide receiver 2 for his upside. So I definitely do like him this week.
Ricky, these are all PPR questions. Start one out of Fournette, Peoples-Jones, Godwin, Gabe Davis. I'm probably still leaning towards Godwin in his target share for that first question. Question 2, sit one of these out of Herbert, Davis, Hunt, DPJ. If I had to sit one, it would probably be Khalil Herbert for that one. And then question 3, Jonathan Taylor or Herbert. I'm going Jonathan Taylor. That's where I'll take that gamble for sure. And then question 4, Jonathan Taylor or Jamal Williams. I think it's going to be safer for Jamal Williams, but if it's my own team, I don't know if I could sit Jonathan Taylor for Jamal Williams, so I probably go JT.
Kofi, Swift or Pickens in the flex? Listen, if any of you in the chat tonight or tomorrow for members ask me any Swift questions, I will take absolutely no liability whatsoever if he doesn't do anything. He has no injury designation right now, so I am going to answer your question like I would any player with no injury designation. In that instance right there, it is DeAndre Swift for me 100%. If you are worried about his workload or his injury at all, then just don't play him and go with your gut.
Sapper227, Aloha, Jake and Kyle, Justine Herbert or Dr. Jekyll Carr, thank you. I understand the concerns with Herbert and not having weapons in the lower ceiling, but at least he's somewhat consistent compared to Derek Carr. That offense is either, balls out or they're non-existent, and there's really nothing in between, so I still have Herbert a little bit higher.
Anthony Luong, Derek Carr or Jimmy G? Jake's already said it. He's loving some Jimmy G inside the top 10 this week.
Yep. And Johnny Camarena says pick 3 out of Diggs, Cooper, Evans, Sutton, and Hopkins. Ooh. Diggs for sure, even though I'm worried about Josh Allen for the most part. But the fact they didn't elevate another quarterback makes me think that Josh Allen will be okay. So I'm going Diggs for 1, Evans for 2, Hopkins for 3.
Daniel Davis, Fields, Garoppolo, or Geno? That's Fields 100%.
Josh Warner, Carr or Daniel Jones? I will never trust Daniel Jones again. The guy is too up and down. He doesn't throw consistent touchdowns. We're dependent on rushing. I can't do it. Give me Derek Carr there.
Jose Martinez, flex 1, Jacob, St. Brown, Debo, or Taylor. What is this, a 2-man league? How do you have all of these guys, and you're asking me how to flex one of them, Jose? More than likely, it doesn't matter who you play. You're going to be upset with whoever is left on your bench, considering you can only play one. Out of all of these guys, I have St. Brown rated the highest this week. If you want to try to be safer, then go with Jacobs.
AP Zibby, becoming a member for the 9th month. Am I the only one stuck with wide receiver 3s and 4s at best? Going wide receiver early next year, that's not probably going to be a great idea. And PPR start, Zay Jones, Sutton, Palmer. So I have to choose one out of Zay Jones, Sutton, or Palmer. I'm probably going to go with Josh Palmer and say he's the safest bet of all of them. Other league flex 1 out of Mooney or Pickens. It's going to be Darnell Mooney. At least we've seen him score some touchdowns here as of late. But I wouldn't say that that's entirely based off of not taking wide receivers early in the draft. More than likely, it looks like you've suffered some injuries or have some bye weeks.
Mr. Collins, pick 2, Judy Taylor, Alan Lazard. I'm going to go Judy and Taylor there.
Big Mo has Fournette, Jamal Williams, Michael Pittman, or Sutton for the flex. I can only choose one of them. Not going to be Michael Pittman. Sutton a little bit more risky. So for me, it's between the 2 running backs of Fournette and Jamal Williams. I think if you want to play it safer, you go Jamal Williams. If you're willing to gamble for a higher upside and potentially a lower floor, that's when you go Fournette.
Thielen or Matt Collins in a half PPR? Whew. Matt
Collins going to get some targets.
Matt Collins is going to get some targets. He has touchdown upside for me. I probably go Matt Collins over Thielen.
Frank Grillo, Dak or Herbert? I have Dak inside my top 10. I do not have Justin Herbert that high, so give me Dak Prescott.
Fields or Josh Allen? I mean, Josh Allen's going to play. He's the quarterback 1 if he plays. If you're worried about it, then you got to start Justin Fields. If you are worried about it, then just start Justin Fields.
Yeah, at least you kind of know that he's healthy going into the game. Tiger Nation 88, Cole Kmet or Evan Ingram? Oh, my gut says to go with Cole Kmet. Evan Ingram may be slightly safer, but I love what I've seen from Chicago. And the fact that it hasn't just been one time, we've seen it for multiple weeks, makes me want to go Kmet a little bit more.
Judy or McLaurin this week? I'm going to go Judy again. I like Judy this week.
We are 76 subscribers away from 175,000 right now. So if you're out there and you're not subscribed, you may want to do that.
Do it now.
Now. Ricky again says, don't you guys know that Derrick Henry doesn't catch passes and Nick Chubb isn't a top 10 running back? A fantasy expert told me in the parking lot in McDonald's. That's dang right, Ricky. Everybody out there claiming to be an expert these days.
And they're not. They're morons.
Bunch of idiots.
I lost my chat. Where'd my chat go to? Oh, I found it. My bad. I had it popped out. Hunt or Ingram and a full PPR. Since it's a full PPR, am I crazy to flex Evan Ingram over Kareem Hunt this week?
Crazy? No. But
it's a little risky.
It's just a little risky.
I'm going to go Ingram over Hunt. Hunt hasn't done anything.
All right. How about Johnny Galvin? 2 flex spot league. Anna, you are so much. Anna has gifted 10 memberships to members of Headliner Nation now. Everybody throw a hashtag Anna in the chat.
Everybody throw a hashtag Anna. Also, if Anna gives one more member tonight, she's grounded.
You're going to send her to her room?
I'm going to send her to her room. She has to take her laptop with her, though, so she can still moderate.
So she's still moderate, but she's going to be in her room doing it. Johnny Galvin. Let's see here. We have 2 flex spot league. I have Barkley, Etienne, Walker, and Eckler. Holy crap. Have Taylor on the bench as well. Should I switch one out for Taylor? I mean, the fact that you have all 5 of those guys, honestly, I probably just keep Taylor on the bench for right now, being that you still have 4 other guys inside the top, 10 overall, and then just play it safe and see hopefully that he's healthy. So that's that's an enormous amount of running backs, which makes me happy to see, but sucks you got to sit one of them. I'll just keep Taylor where he's at.
Corey Jones, Curtis Samuel, or Matt Collins? I'm going to take the upside with Matt Collins there.
Daichi, Dallas. So we got the Cowboys, the Texans, or Denver's defense. That's the first question. So we have Dallas, Houston, and Denver. Give me the Denver. Where's Dallas at? Give me the Denver defense for that. And then you have the Seahawks or Steelers kicker. You don't even have their names in there. Give me the Steelers in hopes that they're going to not score touchdowns and then kick field goals. And then PPR flex play 2 of them out of Khalif Raymond, Kmet, Slayton, Tunyon, Philip Dorsett, and DeAndre Carter.
Pick 2, Judy
I'm
McLaurin.
I'm not done yet. Let the record reflect that I can't even answer my question.
Let the record reflect that Jake pauses too much.
I have to think sometimes, a-hole. Let's see. We got Khalif Raymond, give me Cole Kmet as one and DeAndre Carter as the other, and just hope for targets. Now you can go, Kyle.
Thank you. Curtis Jr. and a full PPR flex. Gabe Davis, Cortland Sutton, Allen Lazard, Josh Palmer, or Kareem Hunt. Josh Palmer is going to be one for me. If Josh Allen plays, the other one will be Gabe Davis. If he doesn't, or they say he will be limited or something along those lines, we'll go with Cortland Sutton.
Gregory Gladden, Daniel Jones, or Kyler Murray. At that point, I'm just risking it and going with Kyler Murray because Daniel Jones could screw you just as easily.
Aaron Jones or Jamal Williams this week. Whoo! I'd probably still go with Aaron Jones. That's
There's no way
than I would have thought it was at the beginning of the season, though.
There's no way that I'm getting this name correct. Carcharodon? Carcharius. Appreciate you out there. Appreciate the support. Devontae Adams, Deebo Samuel, Chris Godwin, Swift, and Walker. Started Cordero Patterson at the flex. You need a flex and a wide receiver too, and those are all the options. Holy crap. This is one of those situations where you're going to leave a lot of points on your bench because we can't start enough of them. Walker's going to be my flex, and then for your wide receiver too, give me Debo Samuel and cross your fingers. Hate sitting those guys.
Still talking?
I was talking to myself. Okay.
Cameron, Sutton, Lazard, or Jeff Wilson in a full PPR. Sutton is probably going to be your best bet out of everyone. Finding the best floor and the highest ceiling. It's a decent matchup. I go with Sutton there.
CJ Houdat. Jake, would you change my lineup? In a full PPR, you got Devontae Adams, DeAndre Carter, Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook, Goddard, Singletary. On the bench, B-Rob, Herbert, Wilson, Schultz. No, I'm not making any changes there for you, CJ. I'm leaving it just how you have it.
Funko Pop is on. I feel like we haven't had Swag Rich this year. He's on the gaming channel. We have to contain him over there a majority of the time now, so that's where we leave him. He gets himself.
Yeah, we
into
probably
trouble.
get flagged over here. Probably get flagged.
Yeah.
Ricky says, as a Dolphins fan, thank you, Kyle, for putting Bills in film review and jinxing them. So he loves that you did the Bills film review for members. And then the best NFL stadiums you've been to, not favorite team, but just the favorite stadium. Favorite stadium I've been to? I've been to quite a few of them. I mean, it was kind of cool to see the new stadium in Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium or whatever the hell it was. That was pretty fun. I sat front row in Cincinnati. That was pretty fun just because it was front row, though. So I don't know if I was just like in the moment or if it was that great of an experience. But yeah, I haven't gone anywhere historical. I would like to go somewhere historical. I want to go to Soldier Field or Lambeau. That's where I want to go.
Bryce, Miles Sanders or Jamal Williams?
He says,
This is a tough one.
Don't pause or I'm going to start reading questions.
I want to say, no, this is my pause. You got your pause earlier. I get my pause now.
Can't double pause a single pause, okay?
You can't triple pause a double pause. My gut tells me Miles Sanders here.
That's where I would have gone.
Yep, my gut tells me Miles Sanders.
Eric Haberern. Grade the trade. Half PPR. You get Nick Chubb. I love it already. And traded away Waddle and Aaron Jones. My running backs are now Eckler, Chubb, and Foreman. Love you guys. I don't know what your wide receivers are. And being that you traded away Waddle, I'm hoping, Eric, that you still have great depth at wide receiver. I love getting Nick Chubb, and I have no issues giving up Aaron Jones for it. Jalen Waddle was a big piece there, so hopefully you still have some solid wide receiver depth.
Start Evans, Jamal, or Juju this week. The highest upside of all of them is Juju, and that's who I have higher in the rankings.
Anthony Luong, Derek Carr, or Jimmy G? I have Jimmy G higher than Derek Carr this week.
Full PPR, Juju, Ayuk, or Kirk, pick one. I think I have Kirk a smidge higher than Juju. Like 1 or 2 spots.
Is that your final answer? Let the record reflect this is the longest pause ever.
No, I have Juju at 13, Kirk at 14.
Well, there you go. Glad you double-checked. Matthew Cabadello. Start Gabe Davis or DPJ Claypool. Well, these are 2 separate questions. So start Gabe Davis or DPJ. Honestly, DPJ is probably going to be your safer bet. Gabe Davis has the higher ceiling, but has the question marks with Josh Allen if you're willing to risk it. And then Claypool or Mac Hollins, kind of similar situation. Mac Hollins is going to be safer for you. If you want to gamble on a higher upside, that could be Claypool. If these were my teams, personally, I don't see the rest of the roster, but I'd probably be going DPJ and Mac Hollins.
Francisco Morales, Pickens, Tony, or Claypool in a non-PPR. It's Claypool for me.
Philip Parrish, Pollard or Zeke for running back 2, and then Otton or Ingram at tight end, already starting Brady and Godwin. So I don't know if we want to go too heavy on Tampa Bay for an offense that's just not clicking right now. Personally, I'm still going Pollard over Zeke and expect Zeke to still be somewhat limited. And then for tight end, I'm probably going the way of Evan Ingram just so all my eggs aren't in the same basket at Tampa Bay.
If we don't have 550 likes in the next 2 minutes, everyone in this stream that hasn't liked it, I'll shun you.
Wow.
Jose Gallo, half PPR flex. Ayuk or Pollard? If Zeke doesn't play, it's Pollard. If Zeke misses for some reason, it's Pollard. I'd probably go Pollard anyway, knowing that Zeke could still be limited.
The Q, becoming a member for 17 months, says, "What's up, nation? CEH or Gabe Davis in the flex if Allen doesn't play." Sounds like Allen's going to play. Personally, we didn't see a running back get more than like 5 rushing yards for Kansas City last week. I'm going to go with Gabe Davis and gamble there. And then bonus, Case Keenum or Carr, if Allen were to sit, I would probably still go with Derek Carr in that situation, even though I don't think we have to worry about that. But we will find out.
Jose, you really honestly thought that I was going to get that right?
How did he say? Gaxiola? Gaxiola? Is that right?
I'm going to be honest. I've never really seen an X in someone's last name and have it pronounced like actual X.
Yeah, I hear that.
That would
Kyle,
be the first time.
We are still 73 subscribers away. And I was thinking about offering something if we could get there, Kyle. Being that you have a break tonight, I was actually going to dive into my own PC and maybe give away one of my cards out of my own PC if we could hit the 175,000.
Okay.
I don't know if people would be interested in that.
That's not a Zach Wilson rookie card, is it?
It's not. There may be one in there, but it's probably going to be worth a lot more than that other one we're talking about.
I could not help myself.
Ron Gertiza. Hi, Jake and Kyle. Standard League need help on flex. Upside recommended. Pick one between Mostert, Ayuk, Palmer, or Elijah Mitchell. Wouldn't be Mitchell yet. If it's me, I'm probably going with Josh Palmer. He's just going to get so many targets that hopefully he can find the end zone with one, maybe 2 of them.
CEH or Singletary? Daniel, we're probably going to go CEH here and hope for the score.
Next up is Black Jesus. Do I start Allen over Brady despite him being hurt? That's one of those situations where if you just don't want to risk it. If you want to risk it, the higher upside will always be Josh Allen, but there is going to be a risk there this week. If you don't want to risk it, then Tom Brady right now is my QB 11 and not a horrible matchup for him.
We just got 10 gifted memberships from 40. 40, appreciate you. Thanks so much for the love you're showing in the chat. Gifting 10 memberships tonight. Much appreciated. KD Walker or D-Hop? 1 point flex 12 team. Oh, I'm still going with Kenneth Walker. He's been way too good of recent to set him.
Michael Sanat picked up Stafford for a bi-weekly fill-in. You sticking with him or go pick up Wilson, Jones, Pickett, or Jimmy G? Well, Stafford's late addition to the concussion protocol is enough to worry me. Are you sticking with him or to a bi-weekly fill-in? I mean, I'm guessing that's Zach Wilson, Daniel Jones, Kenny Pickett, or Jimmy G. I mean, personally, give me Jimmy G. He's much safer at this point.
Dustin, if you have a little symbol next to your name, yes, you are a member. Mob, Mostert, Jeff Wilson, Scary Terry, or Zeke if he goes. Scary Terry's going to have the highest upside of all these guys here.
Zen Rebel Studios, choose 2. Mostert, Mac Hollins, Rashad White, Alec Pierce, Kyron Williams, full PPR 12 team, thank you. Out of those 2, I'm probably going with the first 2 you listed and going Raheem Mostert and Mac Hollins.
Gabe Davis or Jamal Williams in the flex. Jamal Williams is going to be safer here.
Let's see here. James Smith, half PPR, 1 wide receiver and 1 flex out of Pickens, Palmer, Dulcich, and Marvin Jones versus Kansas City, he says. M. Jones versus Kansas City. I guess it's got to be Marvin Jones. Yeah. So Pickens, Palmer, Dulcich. For your wide receiver, I'm going with Josh Palmer. And then in your flex, it sounds crazy, but I'm probably going with Greg Dulcich in your flex. I think he sees a good amount of targets this week.
Jake, how many likes to let it flow?
I'm more worried about getting to 175, Kyle. I'm over here trying to struggle to open up my box. Anybody want to see inside my box? Kyle, you think people out there want to see inside? Give me a thumbs up, just a single thumbs up emoji in the chat if you want to see inside my box.
And if we don't get to 700 likes, we don't let it flow. So y'all better.
There you go. There you go. Was it my turn or your turn?
It was my turn.
Okay. I didn't want to interrupt or anything. You know what I mean? I didn't know.
Well, you asked everyone if they wanted to see your box.
Okay, that's true.
So I was going to let you show your box.
Well, I didn't wait. I was waiting for thumb emojis.
They're there.
Okay. Let me show you my box. My box is heavy. So here is my PC of cards, Kyle. It has grown since you probably last saw it.
Yeah, there's quite a few in there now.
There's some good ones in here. We even got some basketball ones. I started getting a few Ja Morants. Picked up a nice Tua the other day. How about this one right here? This one will not be the giveaway one. But that's a nice Jamar Chase autographed right there.
Ooh, okay.
We got some good stuff in here.
I like it.
But we need 175,000 subscribers.
175,000 subscribers. Let's
and
go.
We're sitting right now at 174,931.
Ooh. Rondell or Swift in the flex? I'm going to go with Swift there.
Luis Alcantar, what's going on, Luis? Love hanging out here, but haven't been able to lately. Love the community. I need a wide receiver and a flex full PPR at Evans, Judy, Hunt, Deontay, Zeke, DPJ. For your wide receiver, it's going to be Mike Evans. Your flex, I think if you want to play it safer, it's Deontay Johnson. If you want to gamble a little bit more, it's Jerry Judy, and that's probably the direction that I would go.
Lockett or Judy in the flex? I've still got Lockett higher this week.
Kyle Reeves, appreciate your donation. Need a flex full PPR. Pacheco, Edmonds, Claypool, or Brian Robinson. They're all gambles, so at that point, I go for the highest upside, and that's Chase Claypool. Says, thanks, boys. Keep up the good work. Forehead kisses. Let it flow out there.
Connor or Singletary in a PPR? Going to go Singletary over Connor.
Eric Haber-Earn. Need to start a quarterback. Rodgers or Goff, send kisses. You will need kisses after you have to start one of these guys. And honestly, I'm going with Jared Goff this week.
Ayuk or Pittman this week? It's going to be Ayuk for me.
Mega Dr. Dre says, hey guys, hope Kyron Williams will be worth the stash. Should I start Khalil Herbert or Melvin or Hunt in the flex in a full PPR? If that's the case, I probably if you want to play it safe, it's Herbert. If you want to gamble for the higher upside, it's Kareem Hunt, but the floor is awfully low.
No, we have not missed any super chats. Jamal Williams or Josh Palmer on the flex? Williams is probably going to be a little bit safer if he scores. If it's a PPR, though, I go with Josh Palmer.
Vance Roberts, trade Foreman and Jacoby Myers for Doomtar. Foreman and Myers for Doomtar. You have Eckler, Etienne, and Elliott. Also, D-Hop, Godwin, Judy. Otherwise, it's a 14-man and a full PPR. So you're okay at running back. And you're getting Amon-Ra back to go with D-Hop and Godwin. I don't mind it, but you're kind of reliant on Zeke Elliott right now. And if Zeke Elliott is limited for any length of time, you're going to have to hope and pray that nothing happens to Eckler or Etienne. If you're willing to accept that risk, then I don't mind it for Doomtar.
Danny Phipps, Pickens or Herbert? I'm going to go Pickens for a little bit more upside there.
CJ Hudat says, Jimmy G, thank you, Jake. Ayuk, Mooney, Landry, Kenneth Walker, Derrick Henry, Kelsey Pollard, and on the bench you have Dylan. Everyone else is on bye. Should I start the Las Vegas D? So you're not going to make any changes for running back. Should you start the Vegas defense over? I don't see any other option. Now, the Vegas defense has Indianapolis, so obviously I don't mind starting defenses against them because their offense blows.
Barkley, Taylor, or ETN? It's Barkley and ETN for me.
This is for BD. Full PPR, pick 2 out of Dylan, Pacheco, and Moore. Give me Dylan and Moore. At least we know they can get some yards. Pacheco just not getting, committed to enough.
Dusty. One running back and one flex and a full point PPR. Hunt, Mostert, Connor, Claypool, Deontay Johnson. DPJ, my opponent, does have Fields at quarterback. One running back between Hunt, Mostert, and Connor. I'll probably risk it with Connor this week. Hopefully he scores.
Josue or Josu if you're Kyle.
I didn't finish.
Oh, well, you paused again, damn it. How many
No.
pauses do you get?
It wasn't a pause.
What was it?
It was a brief stint of not speaking. So then in your flex spot, I'm going to go with DPJ. There, Jake. Floor is back to you.
Back to Josue. Says, sup, guys, pick 2 flexes in a full PPR. You got Palmer, Metcalf, Deontay, Aaron Jones, and Zeke. Also pick 3, and we'll do this one first. So out of the 2 flexes in a full PPR, I think if you want to play it safer, you go with Palmer and Metcalf. If you're willing to gamble a little bit, it's Metcalf and Aaron Jones. Also pick 3 out of Justin Jefferson, Juju, Olave, and Christian Kirk. And if I have to sit one of those guys, I don't love it, but I will sit Olave only because Jarvis Landry's coming back.
Debo Sims, someone offered you Claypool and Miles Sanders for Juju and DeAndre Swift. Go ahead and just send him a little message back and tell him get to know football better. That's a no.
We have Irvin Alvarez, have Kenneth Walker, Dalvin Cook, Josh Jacobs, and James Conner on the bench. I was trying to upgrade Ertz to Kelsey. Non-PPR, I'm second place. So you have Walker, Dalvin, Jacobs, and Conner on the bench. I mean, honestly, I don't think that any of those guys outside of, you'd have to include Kenneth Walker or Dalvin Cook to even sniff probably an upgrade there. I don't know. It all depends what that team has. These are the questions that are so hard because we have no idea what the other team has. Do they even have another tight end? Because they're not going to trade you their tight end and not get one in return. Are there any available to stream? Honestly, it is so team dependent. I'm not going to trade Kenneth Walker or Dalvin Cook. Anybody else is on the table.
Herbert or Mooney for the flex in a full PPR? I'll lean Mooney here.
James Smith, half PPR, two wide receivers and a flex out of Pittman, Davis, Muth, Marvin Jones, and Khalil Herbert. So for your 2 wide receivers, I have to gamble with Pittman and Davis. And then in your flex, I'm going to go with the safer floor of Khalil Herbert.
Start Pierce, Wilson, bench Singletary, and White. Correct. Yes.
Hang on, it scrolled on me. And it scrolled really far. Jason Marinette. Jason M. Here we go. Half PPR, need 1 receiver and a flex out of Palmer, Mooney, Kadarius Toney, and Jeff Wilson Jr. Thank you, guys. 1 receiver and a flex is going to be Josh Palmer. And then at the flex, I'm going to go with Jeff Wilson Jr.
Jake, how about a little mini flow? I read them to you, you answer them.
Okay.
Little mini flow here. All right, here we go. Cold Brew Samurai becoming a member for the 4th month. What up, gentlemen? Should I start Everett or Schultz?
I'm going Schultz.
And should I flex the one you didn't choose or Pittman Jr.?
Probably going with, I'm going to flex my tight end here, Kyle. I'm going double tight end.
Joe P in a PPR league. DPJ, Pickens, or DeAndre Carter?
Give me a little DPJ this week.
Austin Schweitzer, Jonathan Taylor, or Aaron Jones?
Oh, man. Aaron Jones with no injury designation is probably a little bit safer, but honestly, I'm probably still going Jonathan Taylor and hoping for the best.
Christian Campos. Hey, guys, I picked up Njoku, but he is out. Should I go with Ingram or Komet as my tight end? Full PPR.
If you want to play it safer, it's Ingram. If it's me, I'm gambling with Komet.
Angel Rodriguez. Should I trade DeAndre Swift for Deontay Foreman?
I mean, I love the upside of DeAndre Swift way more. If you are desperate for wins and you're running out of time and you can't wait any longer, then maybe. But the problem with that is Foreman's already played this week, so you're not going to get it. So if you trade Swift, you're out of running back this week. So more than likely, I hold on to Swift.
Marvin Lewis in a standard. Are we flexing Kyron Williams, Claypool, Zeke, or Burks?
I'm gonna go with Claypool this week.
And then Dak or Brady?
I have Dak higher than Brady.
LKB Pythons, Brady or Wilson?
I have Brady 3 spots higher than Wilson.
Nunya Biz, Fournette, Mostert, or Gibson in a PPR?
I can only choose one of them. Fournette, who is the other one? Mostert or Gibson? I still have Fournette the highest there.
Tyler Yancey, Palmer or Debo right off the IR at the flex?
I think if you want to play it safer, it's Josh Palmer. He's going to get more targets, but if they're activating Debo, it's hard to sit that on your bench, so I probably go with Debo.
Blood, Sweat, and Brady facing the #1 seed in a full PPR. Need some safety and some upside. Dulcich or Kmet?
Give me Dulcich.
Pick 2. Ayuk, McLaurin, Sanders, Swift, and Wilson. Full PPR. Ayuk, McLaurin, Sanders, Swift, Wilson. Pick 2.
Miles Sanders is going to be one of them, and the fact that you need a balance of safety and upside, give me Sanders, and then the upside play, it's more of a gamble, would be DeAndre Swift still.
Walter John McGowan. What up, Walter John? What up,
What up,
Nation? Love to see us thriving. I think Godwin and Fournette will get better long-term. Keep banging.
They can't get much lower than what we've seen them as of late, so they got to go up.
Exactly. Felix, Lozano, Jacobs for Fields. A good quarterback stream. I have Herbert. I'm not trading Jacobs for Fields in a one-quarterback league. Not happening.
Probably not.
Nope.
If that's what that means. Now, are you asking to drop Jacobs for Fields? I would hope that maybe you have somebody better to drop, or I guess you say worse to drop than Josh Jacobs.
Monte in a half PPR. Rondell, Zeke, or Deontay Johnson?
Give me Deontay Johnson.
Legendary Kicks. We already answered your super chat. Sean Smallwood. Number 1. Need 2 in a PPR. Pittman, Lazard, the Muth, or Montgomery?
I'm going with Lazard and hoping for the best.
Need
I
one.
need 2 of those, right? Need 2 of them?
Yeah, sorry.
It'd be Lazard for the one, and then I'll gamble and go with Demont for the other.
Number 2, need 1. Khalif Raymond, Robinson Jr., or Matt Collins?
Mac Hollins, because the targets will be there.
Thanks for the fire content and all you do. Sean becoming a member for the 3rd month. Daniel T becoming a new member of Holden Chubb. Welcome to the exclusive Headliner Nation family. iProtigen, trade ETN for Mark Andrews or D-Hop and Foreman for Mark Andrews. I can't answer that without seeing an entire team.
Yeah, no, I need the entire team to know for sure. Am I on the surface? Am I trading ETN for Andrews? Not unless you have 3 other running backs inside the top 20 minimum. Am I trading D-Hop and Foreman for Andrews? That one is a definite no.
Fear Boner becoming a member for the 3rd month. I traded Dameon Pierce for Debo straight up. My other running backs are Walker, Henry, Wilson, and Zeke. Wide receivers were Ayuk, Amon-Ra, and Lockett. Thoughts?
Pierce for Debo straight up. You have Walker and Henry, so he'd be, and Zeke, Ayuk. Yeah, I mean, you needed more help at wide receiver than you did at running back, and getting somebody like Debo for Dameon Pierce, I don't hate that. Hopefully he's healthy though.
Honestly, I wouldn't have done it.
I mean, I don't love it.
Wide receivers.
I don't love it, but the only issue I see here, most of all, is now you have Ayuk and Debo, and I don't know if I'd want to have both of them because more times than not, you're not going to start both of them together. Needing a wide receiver upgrade is great, but I don't know if Debo is the perfect choice for it.
CJ Who Dat, I want to play Modern Warfare 2 with you guys. I'll carry Kyle. CJ Who Dat, wait a second. Carry me?
You can carry me. I never played it.
Listen. Myself, Trey Bash, one of our esteemed members here of the Headliner community, and a few others had a 17-game search and destroy win streak over the last couple of nights. So listen, if anyone wants carried, let me open up this backpack for you and you can hop right in.
I don't even know what that means.
Carlos Douglas. It means I'm going to carry him.
I mean, search and destroy. I don't even know what that means.
Oh, it's a game mode.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah. Carlos Douglas. Full PPR. I'm already starting Dalton Schultz. I need 2 out of the next 4. Adam Thielen, Gabe Davis, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Dawson Knox.
I'm going with the first 2 and going with Thielen and Gabe Davis and just hoping that Gabe Davis can get one big play.
4-0 gifting 10 memberships. We already got him. Appreciate that again. James Dennison. Happy Saturday, y'all. Pollard or Jamal Williams in the flex. Half PPR.
This one is tough because we don't know for sure. If Zeke is ruled out, I'm going with Pollard. If he's playing, then I'm going with Jamal Williams.
Dylan Barber. Hey, guys, in a full PPR. Everett, Ingram, or Dulcich at tight end?
I think the safest option is Dulcich. If you want to gamble for higher upside, it's Everett.
Should he pick up DPJ and flex him over Leonard Fournette or Michael Pittman?
I would actually flex DPJ over Michael Pittman this week.
Bukowski wants to know Jake's box or Kyle's backpack. I have
both are full of interesting things. Buck.
Too easy. Wants to know Lazard for Jefferson Jr., Aaron Jones, and Mostert already on the team.
Lazard for Jeff Wilson Jr. Already have Aaron Jones and Mostert. I mean, if you get Jeff Wilson Jr., you're going to have him and Mostert, and you're never going to be able to start both of them together. So I don't know if it really helps you a whole lot.
Darth Desmond upgraded his membership to excessive Chubb.
He's got so much Chubb in his hands right now.
Appreciate it, Darth Desmond. Thanks so much. Joseph Miller, Dalton or Debo in a super flex league?
And that's Andy Dalton then, huh?
Yep.
I more times than not, I can't go against the quarterback. I got to go with the quarterback still and go Dalton.
Yep. Jen, Fields or Tua, Juju or Lamb, Ertz or Dulcich? So Fields or Tua? We've answered that question several times tonight.
I mean, it's close, but I got Tua one spot higher.
Juju or Lamb?
I probably still go with CeeDee Lamb.
Ertz or Dulcich?
If you want to play it safer, it's Dulcich. Ertz has the higher upside. We're just kind of worried about Kyler Murray's hamstring.
DC Hogs, ball cap front or backwards? The only time I wear my hat backwards is when I'm like doing this. Any other time,
yeah, I have to be able to see. Otherwise,
yeah, but like if I do this
sore.
and I'm trying to see questions, I feel like it gets in the way. But
and then you can't see my eyes, and then it's like very impersonal.
Yeah, so I go backwards right now, so it's not in the way. Blair Davis, start 2, Pittman, McLaurin, Gabe Davis, Jeff Wilson.
2 of them. It's a gamble, and I don't love it, but I'm probably going with McLaurin and Jeff Wilson Jr.
And it is a PPR. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know if
That's
that changes anything.
It does not.
Thanks, guys, for the advice. Jake, how do I submit my show us your teams on Twitter, or if you're a member through Discord?
Yes, on Discord, people will DM me their pictures of their teams, or every Tuesday I post a tweet on Twitter asking for submissions in that thread.
Joe R. in a full PPR, flex Kirk, Jamal Williams, Swift, or Ayuk. Already have Etienne, Walker, Jefferson, and Olave starting. So Kirk, Jamal Williams, Swift, or Ayuk. I think the safest option with those guys is Kirk. That's just me.
Kirk is probably the safest option. Agreed. I mean, I hate to sit the others on the bench, but I'll probably lean towards Kirk.
Mega Dr. Dre becoming a new member. Hyler Skill K20A2 becoming a new member. Appreciate you both joining the exclusive Headliner Nation family. Robmont 315, member for the 13th month.
Bam.
8-1, traded Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon for Najee Harris, Jamal Williams, and Antonio Gibson. My other running back is Mixon. Just got an offer of Keenan Allen for Gibson. I'm not trading for Keenan Allen right now.
Probably not, because technically Gibson is your running back 3 as of right now, and your number 2 is Jamal. Actually, your 2, I guess, is Najee Harris, Jamal Williams, kind of intermingled there. Probably not. I'm not opposed to the Keenan Allen trade, but I don't know if you're in a position just yet to do it unless you're like multiple games ahead. If you're 8-1 and the next closest team is 4-5, then maybe I think about the Keenan Allen trade. But if you're anywhere close in the standings, I don't do it just yet.
520 likes. We need 650 likes to let it flow.
Oh,
we
yeah,
got
you gave him a
more
discount?
than enough people in here.
When did you offer a discount?
Oh, what did I say earlier?
700 was your earlier one.
Oh, I'm not discounting that. 700 likes. 700 likes. So we need 100. We need one. Well, now the number just went up. It's 528 now. But if we don't, we got more than enough people that if we don't get 700 likes in the next 5 minutes, then you all are a disappointment to me. Not really, but the ones who didn't hit the like button are. How can I play Modern Warfare 2 with you? Subscribe to our gaming channel, Headliner Gaming. Subscribe to that channel. When I'm live there, then there's a chance that you might be able to hop in with us. I only play with subs anymore anyway. Tyler Mitchell, the struggle is real, guys. Pick one for the flex. Zay Jones, DeAndre Carter, M. Collins.
Mac. I'm guessing it's supposed to be Mac Hollins.
Yeah, maybe Matt Collins. The C and the H aren't near each other, but okay. Matt Collins, Nyheim Hines, or Kyron Williams in his debut. I like Zay Jones' potential for targets this week.
It's either him or if that's actually Mac Hollins, I probably lean towards Mac Hollins with Zay Jones being right behind him.
Darth Desmond gifting a membership. Darth, appreciate you. Sorry we missed that earlier. Sidekick Kid, Jerry Jeudy, Chris Godwin, or Devontae Smith in the flex.
If you want to play it safer, the safest option would be Jeudy. If it's me, I'm probably gambling and going Devontae Smith.
Already starting Hill and Hopkins in the wide receiver spot.
Well, that's a good spot to be in.
David Price, thinking about offering... Oh, no. Hold on a second. I'm not that far off. Thinking about offering Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Ramondre Stevenson, and Jeff Wilson Jr. for Waddle, ETN, Michael Carter, and DPJ. Thoughts? I mean, I like that side a lot better, so I'd be shocked if they took it. Because I would have Waddle over A.J. Brown. I would have ETN over Ramondre. I don't care about giving up Devontae Smith or Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind that either if they take it.
Trevor Lawrence or Murray at quarterback?
I mean, it's one of those things where if you're willing to risk it, obviously Kyler Murray is going to be a little bit higher. Trevor Lawrence is my quarterback 12, so if you want to play it safer, it's T-Law. If you want to gamble, it's Murray.
And then Swift or Sutton at the flex?
At that point, I think I gamble and go with Swift.
Mr. Collins called one of us a noob. I don't know who it is. Probably
he was totally
you.
talking to you at the time.
Chris L. Start 3. Jonathan Taylor, Fournette, Sanders, and Williams.
So we have to sit one of them. I'm starting Sanders. I'm starting Williams. This one sucks because how are you going to sit one of Taylor or Fournette and knowing that one of them could go off on your bench? Part of me wants to just gamble and say, you know what, give me Taylor, Fournette, and Sanders, and let's just ride the lightning. But if that's a little bit too much risk for you, I go Williams over Fournette.
4-0 becoming a member for the 13th month. Is Chase tradable and a full PPR? Waddle for Chase feels too much. Yes, it is. That's way too much.
Yep.
Fournette and Pickens for Chase, I would be fine with that.
I would be okay with that too. Absolutely.
Jay Hawley, stash Wandell or Landry?
At this point, hopefully you don't need to start it, but I would probably just stash Landry since there's just not a whole lot of other options there. We've seen a lot of Chris Olave, but he's been banged up at times as well. So I'll go with Landry. He saw a huge target share before getting hurt.
Robert Williams becoming a member for the second month. Trade Mitchell to the CMC owner along with Gabe or Ayuk for Sutton. My wide receivers are Ayuk, Gabe, and Higgins. Went heavy running backs and need an upgrade in bench spots. I don't think Sutton's really that much of an upgrade over Gabe or Ayuk. With the
Ayuk, that's what I was going to say. I don't know if he's much of an – I think it's more of a lateral move than anything.
Dagan McIntyre. Pick 2 running backs in a flex. Jeff Wilson, Jonathan Taylor, Swift, Palmer, and Metcalf. Metcalf is my flex.
Yeah, Metcalf will be the flex, and then the 2 running backs.
Wilson, Taylor, or Swift.
Give me Taylor Swift there. Let's go with Taylor Swift.
Zen Rebel Studios. Everett or Otten in a full PPR?
I kind of like Cade Otton this week.
People are wondering about with Brait being back. I don't care.
I don't care about that much either. Everything says it should be Gerald Everett. Everything says it should be Everett. But personally, I feel safer with Otton in a full PPR this week.
I mean, Tom Brady, and when they needed a must-win last week, who did Tom Brady go to in the end zone?
Cade Otton. And Scotty Miller.
And Scotty Miller. George Plamaterawis.
There's no way you got that right on the first time, and if you did, I'm highly impressed.
Becoming a new member of Full Job, welcome into the exclusive Headliner Nation family. Dalton Hopper. It says D. Jones. I'm assuming
Daniel
Donovan
Jones?
Peoples-Jones.
It's got to be Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones at quarterback. Okay, or T-Law at quarterback. D. Jones or T-Law?
I'm going T-Law.
Dalton Hopper. Becoming a member for the second month. Hit a milestone. Appreciate you, Dalton.
He said back-to-back he hit his milestone.
Luis Alcantar. Luis, we got a break tonight if you want to get in, Luis. Next 2 weeks, the Broncos play Las Vegas and Carolina. Jets play New England and Chicago. Who would you rather have?
I would rather have the Broncos, personally. The Broncos defense over the Jets defense.
Here
you go. I had this one earlier. Go for it.
You did.
Give it your best shot.
Charterin Contreras.
I don't know.
Ertz or Schultz at tight end in a full PPR?
I still think Schultz is safer. Ertz may have a higher ceiling, but more risk because of the injury to Kyler Murray and his hamstring. If it's me personally, I'm probably leaning towards Schultz unless you have a solid lineup and you can have an opportunity to risk it, then I go Ertz.
Michael Sinnott. Kyle, wondering if you can say my last name right. I just did. You said it was Sinnott.
It's Sinnott, I thought. Oh,
No,
it is
it's
Sinnott.
Sinnott.
It is Sinnott.
He told us that.
Yeah, was it last week or the week before?
One of them.
One of them.
Wilson Hensley, start one in a non-PPR. Swift, Pickens, Mostert, Monty, or Cole Kmet.
They're all gambles and a lot of risk involved, so just give me DeAndre Swift and hope for the big game.
Wilson Hensley, start one in a non-PPR. Swift, Pickens.
You know what you just did?
Oh, geez Louise. It was the same. My bad. Christian Campos. I forgot that I scrolled down. Start one, Lazard, Sutton, or Pittman in a standard.
Give me Allen Lazard.
Cryptic. Swift or Pollard at the flex in a PPR.
Right now, I feel safer with Pollard, especially if Zeke sits.
With Kamara and with Kenneth Walker already starting,
I'm probably going Pollard.
Go with Pollard no matter what here.
Yep.
So you say my last name right as Jake didn't earlier.
Listen, Michael, okay? I was feeling it. All right. I was in a rhythm. And I totally forgot about a week or two ago. But I remembered it once Kyle said something.
Roman. Salute fantasy fam. Tom Brady or Jimmy G? That's Jimmy G.
Yes.
And then flex in a full PPR. Jeff Wilson Jr., Brandon Ayuk, or DeAndre Carter?
I think the safest option is probably Jeff Wilson Jr. If you want to gamble more, it's Ayuk.
Brent Shin with a $10 dono. Appreciate you, Brent. What up, guys? Need help. Pittman took a poopy on the bed Thursday.
No, Patterson did.
So
Patterson
I need a good... Did I say Peterson?
You said Pittman.
Oh, I said Pittman. Patterson took a poopy on the bed Thursday, so I need a good flex. Jamal Williams, Swift, Devontae Smith, or Mooney?
I feel because you're chasing points due to the downer that you need to shoot for a higher upside play, and that would be Devontae Smith for me.
And at the tight end, Muth or Dulcich?
Am I crazy for thinking Dulcich, Kyle?
You're not crazy, no.
I just feel safer with Dulcich at this point. He's more consistent.
Thank you guys. Always appreciate the help. Appreciate you, Brent. Wes Horner with a $10 dono. Pick one, Michael Gallup or Brandon Cooks?
I mean, I don't even know if we can trust Brandon Cooks to play a game or not, so give me Michael Gallup.
Brian Robinson or David Montgomery?
Hoping that they can find the end zone, give me David Montgomery.
Mike Gesicki or Juwan Johnson?
I mean, I want to say Mike Gesicki, but I feel like Juwan Johnson, it just needs one play to outproduce him. So give me Juwan Johnson.
Kenneth Walker or Aaron Jones?
Oh, that one sucks. I don't want to sit either, but if I had to choose one, I'd go with Kenneth Walker. At least we know he's 100% healthy.
Andres Mendez, Jimmy G, Justin Herbert, or Russell Wilson?
Jimmy G is my highest of the bunch.
Dave 424, start Brady, Herbert, or Jimmy G. Opponent has Fields.
I feel like I'm saying Jimmy G a lot tonight, but I like Jimmy G this week.
Jose Hernandez becoming a member for the 19th month.
19 months.
Woo! Hey, brothers, drinking a beer, listening to the best show on YouTube. Cheers, Pittman or Ayuk?
I can't go with Pittman in this offense with Sam Ehlinger under center, so give me Ayuk.
And then Kyrie Williams or Melvin Gordon in a full PPR?
I think if you want to play it safer, you still just go with Melvin Gordon.
James,
I would rather see Kyron Williams play football in the NFL first before throwing him into my lineup.
And then with the $10 dono from James Hammer Jr., Hurts, KW3, ETN, Pierce, Herbert, Warren, Kyron Williams on IR, St. Brown, Waddle, Pickens, Tony, DPJ, Van Jefferson, Pitts and Njoku. Should I trade for a better wide receiver or tight end like Kelsey or Jay Jetta or Chill? So essentially you're wanting to know if you should make a deal.
Yes, you're looking at your roster, wanting to know if you should move anybody.
KW3, ETN, and Pierce is a pretty solid 3 running backs.
Yep.
You're good at quarterback. You have St. Brown, Waddle. I would like a little bit better wide receiver 3, but you didn't say if you could start 3 wide receivers. I mean, you could trade for Kelsey, but if you were to trade for a guy like Kelsey or Justin Jefferson, you're probably going to have to give away one of your running backs and you're not going to get one in return. I'm sticking with what I have right here because what you have can win still.
Yeah, I still think that I have no issue starting Amon-Ra and Waddle weekly. So I'm and then those 3 running backs.
Yep.
So I'm probably hanging tight.
Giants in fantasy start to sit 1. DK Metcalf, Chris Godwin, or Jerry Jeudy.
I don't want to sit any of them, but if I had to, it would probably be Jerry Jeudy, but I don't love it.
John Mitnovich wanted to say thank you to our veterans, even though I'm a day late. Much respect to all of you, John. Appreciate that, and the sentiment is also here as well. Thank you to all of our vets. CJ, who dat? Raiders or the hurt Saints defense?
I'm probably going to go with the Raiders defense going up against Indianapolis because at least the Saints going up against Pittsburgh, they have enough offensive weapons to score points. We haven't seen that with Indianapolis, so I'll go with the Raiders.
Has there been a new self-made fantasy is saying that the reports are saying Murray and Stafford to sit? I've heard nothing but game time decision.
Yeah, that's unless something has changed since we went live here. All I've heard is game time decisions. Let me see here. Kyler Murray. I don't see anything.
I don't either.
It says right. I mean, last thing I see is a game time decision.
Yep.
I don't see any new updates.
Well, self-made, you might want to work on self-improvement.
Or if you're going to do it, at least quote the sources that you're talking about.
I couldn't help it. Frank Grillo, would you trade Dak for Fields? I mean, Fields probably has more upside the rest of the season, but Dak is going to be safer.
Dak's going to be safer still. So I don't know if I do that unless the rest of my roster sucks and I just need, an extra help, an extra bump each week.
Corinne Salvade got offered Tua, AJ, and Barkley for Hurts, T. Higgins, Godwin, Swift, J-Rob, Mostert, and Kenyon.
So your whole lineup just for Tua, AJ, and Barkley.
I mean, I don't care about Kenyon Drake. I don't care about Mostert. I don't really care about James Robinson.
No.
Tua and Hurts is a pretty fair deal for me. You get A.J. Brown back, which would replace T. Higgins and Godwin. You get Barkley back, which would replace Swift. I don't mind it, but I don't think you can give up.
Says it still has Waddle, Jamar, and Olave, and then Kamara and Jamal Williams. So he'd have Kamara and Barkley to go along with Waddle and A.J. Brown, Tua at quarterback. He would be stacked in the starting lineup, and it would be worried if anything were to happen, his bench just wouldn't be very stable. And then CJ says we missed the other half.
We did.
A-Rob or Landry. Being that Stafford's up in the air right now, I'm going to go Landry.
Sandy O, PPR, Lawrence or Garoppolo? Jimmy G, you've already mentioned that several times.
I got to go Jimmy G still.
That's that name this week.
Every week we have one name that we say way too much.
Flex, Lazard or Godwin?
I'm probably still going to go Godwin.
Short Fat Dude becoming a member for the 3rd month, but first, RedTube. Justin Fields or Lamar the rest of the season?
I mean, I think it's a lot closer than I had expected it to be, but being that Lamar's just dealing with all kinds of injuries on his offense, that's a problem. I think it's a lot closer, but honestly, I probably still feel slightly safer with Lamar, but I don't mind the gamble with Fields.
Hold on just a second. Where is Twitter feed? You know what I love about our Discord?
What's that?
Is that we get so many
alerts,
like notifications. And one of those things are notifications about injuries and people that may be out. So while I've got people sitting here in the chat continuously saying over and over again that Matthew Stafford is not playing and neither is Kyler Murray, please cite your sources, because nobody that is a credible source has tweeted that yet. Because if you are in our Discord and you get these notifications, you would see that nobody's tweeted that. Nothing from Rappaport, nothing from Shefty. Just so you guys know. Let us know your sources. Because we're not seeing it.
I'm still looking.
And listen, now, because here's another thing, too. Here's another thing. For those of you that are just saying it to say it and you don't have a reliable source, now you've just shut down the stream, because Jake and I have to stop and look to see if that's accurate, because that could affect what we talk about for the rest of the episode.
Mm-hmm. And I don't see it.
And I don't see
nothing.
anything yet. The fantasy app, I don't even know what the fantasy app is.
What is the fantasy app?
Someone is saying Jeremy Fowler from ESPN said it.
Well, let's just look. Jeremy.
I haven't seen anything from... And looking like they won't play is a lot different than they aren't playing.
Yeah.
And Jeremy Fowler reporting skepticism. That's something you guys have to include then.
It even says here the most recent tweet from Jeremy Fowler 15 minutes ago that Kyler Murray is testing his hamstring pregame, but a source expressed skepticism based on progress.
So it's not even Murray. It's a source. It's not a head coach. It's not. Oh, my God.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that, yeah, sure. But I mean, that is no different news than what we knew a day ago. I mean, it's just we have to wait and see.
Country, the Fantasy Life app doesn't mean anything, because our app gets... Our Discord gets updates quicker than the Fantasy Life app does.
Yeah. Not even close.
Not even close. All right. Let me go back here real quick. Because
I think we're at short
now
fat,
we
dude.
had to stop because we had people throwing stuff in the chat that wasn't accurate. So let me go back.
Y'all can just uninstall that app if you want to.
Lawrence or Garoppolo, Lazard or Godwin. We already got that one.
We're on short fat, dude.
Okay, Pollard or Fournette?
Right now, I feel safer with Pollard.
Robert Williams, is DK an upgrade over Ayuk and Gabe Davis? I think he is.
I would believe so, yes.
Trade Michael Carter and one of them for DK. I would. I'd be fine with that.
Yep, I don't mind that either. Yep, I'm not opposed to it.
Lit Nick become an excessive chub for the 13th month. Nick, baby! Woo! Woo! Stafford's already in the concussion protocol. That hasn't changed since Tuesday. Jesus Christ. What's more fragile? Other fantasy channels or Keenan Allen's hamstring? Definitely other fantasy channels.
Yeah, there's a lot of fragileness out there.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even say they're fragile. They're like
snowflake fragiles.
Well, they're like, take a
entitled.
Take a piece of single ply toilet paper and hold it and turn your sink on full blast and stick it under there.
Yeah. Metal Mask is out there. He's butthurt right now because he trusts his life on the Fantasy Life app. So he's going to defend it till death when they're just getting information that we got 4 days ago. So
yeah. The Fantasy Life app isn't doing anything other than just spewing information that somebody else has said. The Fantasy Life app doesn't have any insiders or anything like that. They're just spewing out the same information, which our Discord does at the same exact time that it's tweeted. It's in real time.
Yep.
So, yes, as soon as somebody tweets, this is what's going on, our Discord has it. It's in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Holy Lord.
Lit Nick wants to get he wants to know if he can get a hell yeah.
Oh, yeah?
No, he said a hell yeah, not a whatever that was. I don't know what that was. That was actually that the flag would be risen for that. Metal Mask.
No, we never said we had insiders.
He just can't get over it. He just can't get over it. Just let him go. He's obviously his IQ is not high enough to figure it out, Kyle.
Oh my God!
Just let him be. He's just going to be out there in the middle of nowhere land.
Oh, like 99.9% of you guys.
Are smart. The other rest of you are metal mask.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to say it.
And this Rob F. dude. Fantasy app always beats everyone. No, it doesn't.
Mm-mm.
That's fine. Go suck on Matthew Berry's teat a little bit more.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. You guys are more worried about big names than actual information at this point.
Yep.
I want Matthew Berry to give me my information because he's been around for so long. Let me set my lineup because Matthew Berry told me to do this. Loss.
That was almost pretty good.
That's exactly. No, it's not that. It's not people Brian or Brian. See, this is why you're even just stupid. You know what? Metal Mask. Let's just
Can we wave goodbye to him?
Yeah, everyone just wave bye to Metal Mask. It's not that he disagrees with us, it's that he doesn't get it.
Yeah. Where'd we leave? Oh, Nick wanted a hell yeah. We got his hell yeah.
I already got it.
Yeah,
Jake,
we got
you're gonna
his
have
hell
to
yeah.
take some super chats here.
People waving bye, Felicia. Joe Cotting, what's your thoughts on Mac Hollins, Kyron Williams, and Wan'Dale Robinson? Honestly, I'd probably take the target share of Mac Hollins at this point. He's probably a little bit safer with limited options in Las Vegas. How about we go to Mike Garza? What's going on, Mike? Does need 2 in a full PPR. Mostert, Pollard, Hunt, Dotson, Turner, Claypool. Started 1 of 4. You guys coached me to 4 straight wins. So need 2 in a full PPR. I'm going Tony Pollard as 1. And I'm probably playing a little bit safer with the other one and going Raheem Mostert as your number 2. Let's see your Scott Hickey. He's become a member of Holden Chubb. Welcome, Scott. Giants and Fantasy says Jeff Wilson Jr. or Kareem Hunt. I think these guys are going to be super close at the end of the week. If I had to choose one, I'm going to go ever so slightly with Kareem Hunt. But it's really, really a coin toss. Miami style, becoming a member for the 13th month. What up, PPR playing running backs Eckler, Jamal Williams, wide receiver D-Hop. Pick 1 wide receiver and a flex out of Pittman, Davis, and Pollard. Your flex would be Pollard there. Your other wide receiver, I would gamble and go with Gabe Davis for your second wide receiver spot. Brock Gackle? Brock. I don't know if I said it correctly or not. Lazard or Sutton? As of right now, I'm probably leaning towards Lazard and gambling a little bit. Luther Franklin need to start 2 receivers. Running backs are pretty safe with Eckler, Barkley, and Etienne, that's for sure. Then you got Juju, Godwin, Pittman, Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, or Allen Robinson. At this point, I don't know if I could go against Juju and the targets that he's getting, and then Chris Godwin being in the same boat. Both these guys getting huge target shares, so that's where I'm going to go with Juju and Chris Godwin. Anthony Ort, start 2 in a PPR. Olave, Amon-Ra, Dameon Pierce, or Chris Godwin. I'm going to go with Dameon Pierce, and I think Godwin's probably going to be safer for you. If you want to gamble for the higher upside and make it a little bit riskier, it'd be Amon-Ra, #Doomtar. Scott Hickey, grade my team, traded Michael Carter and Higbee for Doomtar. I don't mind that whatsoever. You still have King Henry, Etienne, Diggs, Pittman, Palmer, Gus, and Dobbins at skill. I don't mind that trade whatsoever. I would have made the same thing. Hugo F. Who do I start in my flex in the standard? Elliott, Sutton, Melvin Gordon, Rashad White, or take a chance on Kyron Williams. Thank you, fellas. If it's me, personally, out of those options, I'm going to gamble and go with Sutton. Christian Campos, with Murray, a game-time decision. Should I start Ertz? He's risky, but honestly, depending on what other options you have, I don't know if you're going to have anything safer than him regardless at such a hard position. So more than likely, you have to roll with Ertz as is. Scott Hickey, love the content, fellas. Proud to be Holden Chubb. You better believe it, Scott. We're glad that you're Holden Chubb too. Woo. Woo. Art Form 74 says Olave, Davis, Walker, Pierce, Moore, Taylor, Pickens. Full PPR, 2 wide receivers, a running back, and a flex. Plus, should I add a quarterback and have Herbert, Thank you as always. I don't mind. I mean, I probably wouldn't add another quarterback. I wouldn't mind just rolling with Herbert again. But out of the options you have here for your 2 wide receivers, your running back, and a flex, the running back's going to be Dameon Pierce. More than likely, I gamble, and you got Kenneth Walker as well. So if you want to play it safe, you go Kenneth Walker at running back, and you go Jonathan Taylor at your flex. And then for your 2 wide receivers, you go with Olave and Gabe Davis and hope for that higher upside play because the other guys are a little bit safer. The running backs are. The recovery 716 headliners Godwin or Mooney tomorrow. Godwin's probably a lot safer because the target share is going to be higher for him. Julio Pena, what's up, guys? Is Gus Edwards worth picking up rest of season? If so, who should I drop him for and stash him? Eno or Brian Robinson Jr.? Thanks, guys. I would say it would be Eno at this point with Connor back. Eno's not going to touch the ball very much, but Connor isn't exactly somebody that is like a model of health either. So at some point he could go down and Eno would have value again. Gus Edwards is going to be somebody who's dealing with injuries off and on rest of season. If it was me, if you already have great depth, great starters ahead of him, I'd probably drop Eno to stash Gus. But I mean, it's not something I have to do or rush to do by any means. Anthony Denicola, what do you think? Traded A.J. Brown for Barkley. Also want to trade Pittman. Who do you think I could get, though? I have CMC and Barkley now. That's really impossible for us to know, Anthony. Who could you get for Michael Pittman? Probably not a whole lot because he really hasn't done anything for weeks on weeks now. Everybody knows that offense is horrible, so you're probably not going to be able to get a whole lot for him. So more than likely, I just hang tight. Hopefully he can have a good game and then try to sell him. King Neptune, 7-2 in 12 points, or I guess it's just 12-person PPR. Traded Fournette for JT. Win or loss? I mean, hopefully you have another couple running backs on your roster because I don't know for sure what the rest of your roster is, King Neptune. I mean, they're both risky going forward. So, I mean, it's pretty close to an even swap at this point. Hopefully Jonathan Taylor can stay healthy. Michael Sennett. See, Michael, I said it right. Okay, it's Michael Sennett. Picked up Odell Beckham in a couple leagues a couple weeks ago. How long are you stashing him for? I mean, it really depends. If you have an immediate need on your team, then I'm not holding out hope. If you just have somebody riding the bottom of your bench that you don't need anybody else because your starters are killing it, then I don't mind holding him for the long haul. It just depends on whether you need him or not. Protogen, 12-team PPR, currently 3-6. Kyler Cup, AJ Brown, D-Hop, ETN, Demont, Everett, Foreman, Boyd, Pickens, Rashad White, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, 2 flexes in this league. What moves should you make? So you got Kyler as your quarterback. Your 2 wide receivers right off the bat would be AJ Brown and D-Hop, or excuse me, Cup and AJ Brown. Your 2 flexes would be D-Hop and... Or are you just telling me what your league settings are? I feel like you're kind of just telling me your league settings. Because I don't know if you started Foreman or not yet, so it wouldn't... I mean, Boyd being on bye, so I'm kind of confused.
Still?
Yeah.
He's just saying, what move should I make?
So he doesn't care about the 1 running back, the 2 wide receivers, and the 2 flexes.
Yep.
Because you already got multiple running backs. I mean, what moves can you make? I mean... You got Foreman as a backup there. I mean, really, there's nothing on the surface that you need. So I'm not going out there and overly shopping anybody. You're not going to get anything for Rashad White or Pickens. Boyd is losing value, especially because he's on a bye week this week. Foreman already played, so right now I'm not making any moves.
Mind Flame. And a full 12-man, full PPR.
Oh.
Josh Allen or Trevor Lawrence. Josh Allen's going to have more upside.
Yeah.
This is all up to you, though. This is all up to you. If you're worried about Josh Allen, then start Trevor Lawrence. You've got to make that decision yourself. If it's my team and I'm told Josh Allen is playing, I'm putting Josh Allen in my lineup, and I'm just knowing if he misses 3/4 of the game, then I'm effed.
Yep, exactly.
But that's fine. Dan Gross.
But you know that going in, at least. At least you know that going in that risk is there.
I need 2 of 3. Please help. Gibson, Najee, or Devin Singletary.
Woof.
Yeah, probably still a Gibson and Najee here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm probably going is Gibson and Najee. I don't like the Gibson side very much. But...
Remember all the Steelers fans in the offseason that got super upset?
They're always upset at us.
With me about Najee Harris?
Yeah.
Because I said there was no way that I was drafting Najee Harris over Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I think a couple of those people work here, too. I haven't heard from Mac or Ethan in a while on that debate.
Josh Warner, Gabe Davis, or Claypool? If Josh Allen is out, it's Claypool.
Yes.
And I know I missed somebody. We'll go back. If Josh Allen plays, Claypool's probably a little bit safer.
Probably, I would say either way, Claypool's slightly safer. Gabe Davis needs 2 targets, and he could get 150 yards and 2 touchdowns on them. And like that's the difference, and that's the biggest issue with Gabe Davis.
Nathan Goring, Judy Lockett, Jonathan Taylor at the flex. Taylor's going to be your safest option. If you want the most upside, we go with Lockett.
Lockett, yep.
We got Josh, Michael Beard, Jamal Williams, ETN, Damian Pierce start to. I mean, this isn't even a hard one for me. It's ETN and Damian Pierce over Jamal Williams.
Yeah, I mean, I like Jamal Williams, but I can't sit the other two.
Yep. Josh Allen didn't practice all week. He's a sit. It's week 11 or 10 of the NFL season. Guys sit all the time now. Do you think Josh Allen needs to practice one time this week to be a good quarterback?
Yep.
No. Sharkarin, Carcherias.
No, we're never going to get it.
I said it different both times.
Okay, so maybe you're getting closer and closer.
Godwin or Swift for the flex? He already played Cordell Patterson.
Oh, well, if you're chasing more points, then
I think it's Swift.
I'd probably gamble and go Swift and hope for some more touches.
King Neptune, rest of roster.
Rest of roster?
His question earlier. He traded Fournette for Jonathan Taylor.
Oh.
He has Eckler, Rashad White, Deion Jackson, Warren, Madison, Kupp, Higgins, Mike Williams, Christian Kirk, DPJ, Schultz, Mahomes. It's still not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, you still have Eckler as your number one, so you're good.
Chris, I don't care if the Fantasy Sleeper app posted it.
All they did was just copy the tweet that we already read on here for 15 minutes ago. Guys, you got to realize it's the same information. All they do is copy and paste. So if you just get it from Twitter, you don't have to wait for them to copy and paste it. It's the same thing. We can't be here right now. Like, this has got to be, we've got to be like, are we in like the Matrix? Yeah, this can't be real life. Listen, I am not going to be, this is going to sound like a jerk move to some of you, but you all need to critical think a little bit more in your life. Holy crap. Like this conversation that we've been on for 20 minutes now, where you guys have been trying, none of these people have insiders. Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life app, the Sleeper, which we know the Sleeper people. We talk to them quite a bit. They're good people. We don't have any issues with them. They're not insiders. They're reposting crap on Twitter. That's actually, they just posted verbatim what I read out loud. Yes. 10 minutes ago. It's no different. If you guys are using these people as freaking... Oh, Jesus Christ. Kyle is big mad right now. I'm just... It's frustrating. Lack of common sense is frustrating to me. It's frustrating to me. Especially when we're here trying to answer questions and you all pop into the chat. This is what frustrates me more than anything, is because you guys pop into the chat and it's somebody, not everybody, it's somebody, and then it throws the entire thing off because now we're not like, is somebody really sitting? Does somebody do we need to pick something that we've already picked? Like, you guys don't get it. Like, you don't understand. So I'm going to call a few of you out. Chris W. You obviously can't talk. Debo Sims, listen. You might be a member, but don't tell me to calm down. I can be frustrated all I want to. Because when you guys come into the chat and say, somebody said that
Matthew Stafford is for sure sitting, or somebody said that blah, blah, blah. Jake and I have already answered an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of questions tonight. And if somebody is really out, we need to try and figure that out midstream so we don't keep doing it. Do you all understand that?
It's not rocket science.
That's why it's frustrating to us.
It's not like...
Chris, you can talk all you want to. It doesn't mean that what you say is intelligent.
Or that you're trying to prove anything else. I mean, it's pointless. I mean, a lot of people want to come in here and just stir up problems, and that's cool. I mean, that's the internet for you. But more than anything, we're all trying to help each other out. And if you're not here to help each other out, then what are you here for? I mean, just leave. It's not that big of an issue.
It's the same thing that we see on Twitter, right? Everybody wants to be the first to say something. Everybody
and a lot of
wants
times
to.
It's wrong.
We don't have any Discord beef. Nobody's got any beef. I'm trying to explain to those of you in the chat that are like, what's going on? Why it's frustrating for people to come into the chat and tell us something that is untrue, because then it riles the chat up too, because they're like, oh my God, Stafford's not playing. Do I start Cooper Kupp anymore?
Yes, you do.
Which is a question that someone did ask. Holy crap.
Where'd we leave off?
I don't even know. I don't even know anymore.
I remember it was King Neptune's rest of roster question. So now we're at Joe Lopez. 7-2 starting Walker and Foreman. Flex Swift, Jamal Williams, Lazard, Deontay, and PPR. Thank you, Jake
All right,
and Kyle.
we're
Appreciate
Chris W out of here. Screw that dude.
All right, peace out. Everybody wave bye to Chris.
Everyone wave bye to Chris.
Let's see here. I would say send emojis, but then Anna has to moderate it, so that's not really fair to her. Okay, so we've already started Walker and Foreman, so you got the good start for Foreman already. Are you flexing Swift, Williams, Lazard, Deontay, and a PPR? Honestly, if it's me, because you got the solid start already for Foreman and you still have Walker, I gamble a little bit and go with the upside of Swift and hope for the bigger game to have him really carry you further. James Weingand, half PPR super flex with Allen likely out. See, we can't be doing this, guys. It's not for sure that he's out. Don't be putting it out there yet. Dalton, Keenum, or McCoy. So if you want to have a backup plan, that's cool. Then we go, if I had to choose between those ones, I'm going with Andy Dalton. At least we've seen him put up some solid fantasy points at times this year. Appreciate you out there, Julio Montoya, K. Scott, rating a full PPR, Geno Cousins, Pollard, Jamal. What are we laughing at? Let me finish this question, then you can tell me.
Look at Twitter real quick.
Do what?
Look at Twitter real quick.
That is awesome.
Oh.
Even poor Anna's getting stressed out. Okay, so K. Scott had Geno Cousins, Pollard, Jamal Williams, Cortland Sutton, Lazard, Hopkins, Everett, Fournette, Mixon, Pittman, OBJ, Tucker, Rashad White, Bucks, headliner forever. Abso-freaking-lutely. Overall, let's see. So you got Geno and Cousins, so you're good at quarterback. Pollard and Jamal Williams to go along with Fournette and Mixon. Don't mind that. Sutton, Lazard, Hopkins. You're a little weak at wide receiver. Everett as your tight end. I don't know if I would hold two defenses if that's what you have there either. Overall, I would say you need a little bit more help at wide receiver than you do at running back. And maybe not needing two quarterbacks if this is only a one quarterback league. Dave 424, sup guys? How's the team? Brady, sup? How's the team? Brady, Lenny, Foreman, Cup, Waddle, Dulcich, DK, and Debo. Aaron Jones, Pickens, Justin Herbert on the bench. So I don't mind Brady over Herbert. Pickens, I'm not worried about starting just yet. And then Aaron Jones, you started Lenny and Foreman over. Foreman was a good start. I don't mind Lenny over Aaron Jones. Jones may have some slightly higher upside, but I probably leave it how you have it there right now.
Green Ranger wants to know, what does Headliner Nation think about guys who quit and drop their entire team for a money league? Do they deserve a refund? It's basically that Chris W. dude. That's who does that.
Yeah, pretty much. And what's funny about it is Anna even had Chris W. on our our people to watch list to come and troll
we have a
multiple
watch
weeks.
list of you weirdos.
Yeah, when the weirdos out there, they get banned. Where do we leave off? Justine Garcia, half PPR, need 2 out of Amon-Ra, Godwin, Moore, Pickens, and Palmer. Multiple options I like there. If I had to pick 2, I'd probably still stick with Amon-Ra and Chris Godwin, though. Not so silent majority 1. Love the candor, guys. Keep it up. Quick question: Evan Ingram or Tyler Higbee? 12 team, full PPR. With the questions about Matthew Stafford, I'm probably leaning towards Evan Ingram. 1 week fill-in only, so that's good. Yeah, give me Evan Ingram this week. Mind Flame, 12 team, full PPR. DeAndre Carter or Mac Hollins this week. I'm going to go with Mac Hollins in the increased target share. McLovin, becoming a member for the 6th month. McLaurin, Gibby, or Elliott if he plays for the last flex spot, full PPR. Also half point or quarter point per rush. Honestly, I mean, I probably still gamble, even though it's a quarter point per rush. Not knowing right now about Zeke, I'm probably leaning towards McLaurin and hoping for a big play. Julio Montoya, Godwin, or Zeke flex standard league. I probably play it safer and go with Godwin. Kyle Singer, full PPR, Pollard, Aaron Jones, Monty. Pick one running back. So only one of those, then I would go with Tony Pollard as of right now. Godwin or Lockett, pick one wide receiver. I would probably lean towards Lockett out of those choices right now. And then one flex out of everyone that we did not pick. If you want to play it safer, you go with Chris Godwin. If you want to gamble, it's Aaron Jones. And then one tight end out of Tunyon or Ingram. I probably go Evan Ingram. He loves us guys a long time. NW stress-free. That's what I'm talking about. Zen Rebel, love you guys so much. Thank you, Kyle, for your passion. Keep focused on those of us that have been here forever. We don't need to reference other losers trying to jump on our success. Don't feed them. And I get that. Now, I'm going to say one thing about that.
Yeah.
Because I totally agree with that, Zen. But on the other hand, the reason we have people on the internet that act like hashtag asshats is because people don't respond to it enough and they just sit back and accept it. We don't accept that crap here. You can come here, if you have a rude comment, whether it's in a video on our live stream, we give you the chance to redeem yourself. If you prove to us and show us who you really are, we will block you in a heartbeat because we don't care. We're not so desperate for views that we're going to take people disrespecting us or other members of this community. If I can change, we have had trolls in the past that have been put in their place and come back and been members and supporters of this community. That's what we're trying to do. And if we can only change 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, a handful, 100 people, we're doing whatever we can to make a change and make a difference and not just letting it go, because so many people let it go that's what breeds it to continue to happen. So that's why we do what we do, is because we're trying to make things better overall. Michael Beard, Zay Jones, Darnell Mooney, Curtis Samuel, Cortland Sutton, start 2 wide receivers. Out of those 2, if it's me, I'm going with Darnell Mooney. If I'm playing it safe, it's Zay Jones, but personally, I'm going with Mooney and Sutton. Whoever was not chosen, would you flex them over Jamal Williams? No, I will flex Jamal Williams over the remaining guys. Who cares? Start Rashad White, Madison, or Warren. Why do we have to start any of them? Is there no better options?
And just kick him out.
Is there just no better options? If I had to choose one of those guys, it's probably... Oh, my God. It's probably Rashad White, but I don't have very high hopes. And then Kmet or Tunyon, I'm going with Kmet there. Rondell or DPJ or Thielen, I can choose 2. I'm going to go DPJ and Thielen in a non-PPR league. James Smith. Kyle, am I crazy to start Taysom? Go Dulcich or Muth? So Taysom, Dulcich, or Muth? Which way are you going, Kyle?
I'm having a really hard time keeping my mouth shut right now.
Well, this is the night of people out there, just trying to push buttons. That's 100% for sure, Buck. That's for sure.
I'm not starting Taysom Hill. I'm going with Dulcich.
Yeah, I think Dulcich is probably still safer. You know what I mean? The targets he's getting every week is just, it's more constant. Brandon Long becoming a member for the 13th month. Start Fournette or Pollard in a standard league. Even though it's standard, I'm probably still leaning towards Pollard as of right now, especially if Zeke sits. Devontae Jones, PPR, pick 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex out of Chubb, J. Will, Swift, Kupp, Lamb, Godwin, Palmer, and quarterback, if Allen out, Jimmy G or T-Law, that would be Jimmy G. The 2 running backs has got to be Chubb, and I'll gamble and go Swift. So Chubb and Swift, and then I have Lamb and Godwin as your 2 wide receivers, and then I'm going to flex. If you want to play it safer, you flex Josh Palmer. If you want to gamble, then you'd start Jamal Williams and have both Detroit running backs, but that's more of a gamble. Bishop favorite, standard pick 2, Gabe Davis, Brandon Ayuk, Devontae Smith, Jeff Wilson. Appreciate you guys doing your thing. Standard in a pick 2. I want to go with Devontae Smith as 1 and Brandon Ayuk as the other. If you're willing to gamble a little bit more, it's Gabe Davis, but there's more risk there. Nick Brinkley becoming a member for the 15th month. Keep the fire coming, y'all. We love y'all. Need help. Pick 2 in a full PPR Superflex. Mac Hollins, Zeke Sutton, or Deontay Johnson. Suck it. Hashtag suck it, Chris W. I love that. Let's see here. So in a full PPR Superflex, I can pick 2. It's Mac Hollins. No, I take that back. It's Cortland Sutton and it's Deontay Johnson for me there in that situation. And then George. Oh, man. Can we just say George P? Hashtag
P.
George P in the house.
Just gifted 25 memberships.
Is it
25?
Oh, he just did another 5?
Yes, he did another 5.
Woo.
Absolutely
Everybody throw
insane,
some
George.
Y'all better be out there thanking George for that. Everybody thank George, especially if you got one of his free gifted memberships.
Much
George
appreciated,
P,
George.
A legend out there. When you got people out there bringing people down, there's others in the community that are going to bring it right back up. That's what I'm talking about.
Who are we on? I'll grab a few here real quick.
I am on Trollin83 says, show them calves, Kyle.
Calves
that's
are still
where...
sore from all those calf raises a few members-only streams ago.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Ricky, thank you guys. 9 out of 11 teams in the playoffs. Some leagues I'm dominating, but started 0-2, 1-2, 0-4, and bounced back. Love it, Ricky. George again with 25 gifted subs. We appreciate that. Nick Wilby wanted to tell you all I've been winning, though listening to your advice, or winning through listening to your advice, whether it be your vids or live Q&A. Currently 6-3. I started off slow with Alvin. Nick, appreciate it. Lots of those comments recently. Marco, Amison, Kyler Murray, risk or run Goff? We're going to go with Goff right now. Kyler Murray is a true game time decision. Not looking super great right now. Which you could have seen from our Discord.
Here we go again.
Thanks for all you guys do, Unsung Heroes. Kenneth Walker III, MVP.
All right, so here's the thing is, with all these new gifted members, you can actually now get into that Discord that we've been talking about. I know Anna posted a little bit ago for new members how to get in there. But yeah, that's where you can get all the information you really need and actually get feedback on things. That's what I'm talking about. We all know Kyle got them calves. Bosa's sack of Kittles says. Off topic now. I'll check you guys out tomorrow. Have a great night.
He must be behind because
he's got to be way behind.
We're not.
We've been talking football. I just subbed to this channel. First year in the league for me. Love this channel, so I wanted to share to you all. That was from George. George, we greatly appreciate that. You forgot about Kyle's hair until he took his hat off. Yes. That same thing happened to me on Monday when we recorded our review video. Kyle was there and he took his hat off and he was making adjustments. And I was like, holy crap, I totally forgot that your hair was gone. I felt the exact same way.
Kyle, start 1. Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle. I always took Charmander at the beginning.
I couldn't tell you what that even is. That the dragon looking thing? I know that. Is it a dragon?
Charmander is the base character of Charizard.
I knew that.
Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. Eric Munoz in a full PPR. Gabe Davis, Mooney, Najee, or Monty. I mean, right now, it's still going to be Gabe Davis. If Josh Allen doesn't play for some reason and you want to be a little bit safer, you can go with Najee, or if you want more upside, go with Mooney.
Jacob De San Andreas says Charizard tough. Trex T, Jeff Wilson, or Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones healthy has got to be the choice. If you don't want to risk it with the injury, that's when you go Jeff Wilson. But obviously, if they have no injury designation for him, that's just where I'm going.
Jake, hold on. Anna, do not approve the comment from Quit It. Not because I don't agree with it, but Quit It. I'm not going to let your comment be seen to anybody else in the comments right now because I don't want them to know who I'm talking about. Go back to them and tell them to stop buying subs, stop buying likes, and stop buying views, and then we can talk about it. Yeah. Go back and tell him that. And if he's got a problem with it, he can hit up my DMs on Twitter, and I will tell him exactly what I think about him. He's a liar, and he's a cheater. That's what I think about him. Cut this and send it to him. I don't give an F. I'm done tonight.
Yeah. Kyle taking the gloves off.
I'll fight that dude. That dude's a liar, he's a cheater, and a con artist. Anyone that follows him, he's cheating out of their time and money.
Yep. Does green name mean a member? Yes. If you're in green, you are a member. And you also have like the little emoji next to your name. Y'all rocking with Miles Sanders or Swift? I have Sanders higher, Hank, but I something tells me we're going to have a good Swift week, but I still have Sanders a little bit higher. For Loco, that is a mystery. We need fight night. No, you don't, because we're some big dudes over here.
Yeah.
DJ Moore is going to be why you lose this week.
Anybody out there?
It's still early. It's still early. Don't think that you've lost already. We haven't had any Sunday games yet. Ender says, no, I'm not green. This is the real UFC. JXHE. I would hurt some people in an octagon.
Keanu wants me to tell his brother DJ to suck it. Hey, DJ! Suck it.
Mac and Jake? No, it's not me. Me and Mac have no beef. Mac's one of my best friends in this world. I would go to war with that man.
Oh, quit it. You didn't hear that directly from him? Well, tell whoever you heard it from to go ahead and tell them that.
Yeah. Guy's a nobody. Give us a hint of who you're talking about? No, we're not going to give hints. Because there's other people out there saying things about us.
Yeah.
If they had the balls to say it to our face, we would do that. But
here's the issue, and here's what started it. And here's what started it is this guy that you're talking about sent people to our streams to talk shit because we found out later on that that's what they were doing.
Yeah. Darth Desmond. Oh, that's one you did talking about the Charmander and Squirtle. Eric Munoz. Did you get Eric already?
No.
Flex Gabe Davis, Mooney,
yes.
Najee, or Monty.
I got Anthony
you did that
Denicola as well. Who should I pick up, Wilson or Carolina? Or Carr if Murray is out. I would go with Carr.
Yes. Andy Krug, PPR pick one for flex. Jamal Williams, Deontay Johnson, Darnell Mooney, or Adam Thielen. Only one of them. I think if you want to play it the safest, it's probably Jamal Williams. If you want to gamble for a higher upside, it's probably Darnell Mooney, but it's a bigger gamble. Google wants me to add an ad right now, Kyle. Should I add an ad?
No.
Probably not.
I mean, Jacob, we should because we couldn't even get to 700 likes tonight.
I know. Jacob Hadida, half PPR pick 2, wide receivers, 1 flex, Rondale Moore, Jamal Williams, Lazard, Rashad White, Michael Pittman, Mac Hollins. 2 wide receivers and a flex. The flex for me is going to be Jamal Williams. The 2 wide receivers, I probably gamble and go with Lazard and Mac Hollins, even though I don't love it. Jay Rogers, I need help picking 3 to start between Travis Kelce, Amari Cooper, Chris Olave, and Mike Evans in a few PPR leagues. Any thoughts? Keep up the awesome. I need help picking 3 to start. So that means we have to sit one of Kelce, Cooper, Olave, and Evans. If I had to sit one, even though I don't want to, it would be Olave, but I don't love that. But at least Jarvis Landry's coming back. That's why. And then Red Hawk says, forehead kisses for Kyle. Woosah, screw the haters. That's what I'm talking about. People out there trying to guess who it is. It's not the no, I won't even say it. One of the guys I've met face to face before, and he cowered quicker than you would even possibly believe.
Yeah.
I stood right in his face, and he just did not do nothing. Yeah, we won't say who. I don't even know if... I guess Anna might know. I guess she did. She saw the one comment. How can you become a moderator? Anna would have to interview you and hire you, and I don't know if she is going to do that. Dulcich or Everett? Dulcich probably still a little bit safer. I like how you all out there trying to guess it. AK-47 for life. What's going on?
Devin Chakowski. Trying to get relationship advice.
Go back to my ex or stay with my current girlfriend. Ex is a blonde. X is a blonde. X is a brunette. You mean X is a blonde and current is a brunette? I mean, what if she sees this, Devin? Then you're not going to have a choice. Then you may not. Then you may lose out on both. I'm tired, Kyle.
I am too.
Austin, can I please have a membership? We don't pick who gets the free ones, Austin. That's a YouTube thing. Anna says she's an awful boss. The former employee said I sucked the soul out of their body with your glare. I would not be a good interviewer. Well, that's exactly why you would have to do it, Anna.
I'm not even beefing with Matthew Berry. Like, I don't have an issue with him.
It's not Matthew Berry.
I don't have an issue with him. And that's not who I'm talking to. The only thing I said about his app were for the people who were acting like it was inside analysis to what was going on with injuries, and that was false.
Yeah.
That was all I was saying about that. It was not about Matthew Berry personally. Jesus.
Yeah. How many people have I thrown in a garbage dumpster? Only one, K. Scott, but that was a long time ago. And it was kind of like more of a joke, not because we were being mean to anybody. It was kind of like he lost a bet, so we kind of threw him in a dumpster. I'm not a bully by any means.
Bosa wants me to hit the haters with a suck it. Hey, haters! Suck it!
That's right.
Over the shoulder, suck it.
Drink a Four Loco, fellas. If I had one, I probably would, but I don't have any right now. Biscuits and gravy or eggs Benedict? I'm in the South, so I got to go biscuits and gravy.
Yes, biscuits and gravy, 100%.
It's not Chris. He's already cowered face-to-face with me.
Yeah. Everyone knows
that it's the extended car warranty guy. I hate that guy when he calls my cell phone. Hate it. You know how many cars I've had the warranty expire on? Get voicemails about it all the time. Kyle, what are you breaking open tonight? Didn't you have something handy?
We got a 2021 select box we're going to be breaking open tonight.
That's what I'm talking about. And that's over on your Headliner Breaks channel.
Headliner Breaks.
Jake from State Farm. Nope, not wearing khakis. Fries or tots? Actually, I kind of like tots a little bit more. Burger King, still a no? Absolutely not. We're all going to Burger King. It's your cat, Buck. He knows it. I mean, how do you get into the gifted membership club? You just got to be in the chat, and it randomly selects people. That's a YouTube thing. That's not ours. That's not anything that we do on our side.
Do we need to get caught up in any super chats?
Only one we have left here is...
Austin just became a member. Did we get him?
Austin now is a member of Holden Chubb. Funko Pop Asylum says start Kyler or pick up Brissett, Dalton, Prescott. Prescott's available? If Dak is available, I mean, he's going to be a lot safer at this point if Dak is really available. And I would probably go Dak at this point to be safe.
Everett was on.
Everett, Aaron Jones, or Latavius Murray in the flex. I'd go with Aaron Jones and gamble there for sure. But if you can get Dak and he's available out there, that's probably a lot safer. Anna has gifted another 10 memberships. Anna. Didn't you say you were going to put her in timeout or send her to her room or something?
Oh, that's right. Anna, go to your room. Take your laptop with you.
Take your laptop.
Anna, appreciate you.
Absolutely. Everybody needs to make sure they thank Anna in the chat. If you disrespected, if you don't say thank you to Anna, we will block you.
Trey, becoming a member of Excessive Chubb for the 5th month. The other channel sent me over here to tell Jake his heart is as big as him and he won't do anything but give good football advice. And to tell Kyle his calf hairs are the only hairs not going gray. And we should run some more S&D. Trey, I'll be on tonight. After the break, I'll be on for a little bit to get those weapons leveled up. Vianney, it is headliner breaks.
Crooks RSA, one running back, Singletary or Lenny. I still have Lenny higher. And then a wide receiver between Palmer and Ayuk. I think Palmer is going to be your safer option there still, just due to the targets he could see. Letitia Fagan says, yo, becoming a member for the 2nd month. What's going on? Yo, back. Adam Zinzelmeyer finally got 8-1 this year. Thanks, guys, for making this transgendered woman a chance for the championship. Congrats on being 8-1. Dakota Gino? Is it supposed to be Dak? I'm guessing it's supposed to be Dak, Gino, or Kyler. I'm guessing is what you're saying. Because I don't know why else you would have Dakota there. If that's the case, I have Dak as the highest rated, Gino being... actually, Dak is my highest, even over Kyler Murray right now, so I'm going Dak. If that's what you meant for Dakota.
Jacob, you got my attention. Oh, and you didn't ask a question when you did it, did you? So I don't know.
I even said something to Jacob earlier.
I thought you did too, but...
I even said his whole name earlier and said something that he did.
E-Man, it's not the Ballers. We've got nothing but respect for them.
No, I have lunch with them all the time.
Yeah.
Hedgehog 777. 10-team, full PPR. Should I trade Mike Evans or Mike Williams and Jacoby? No. Don't trade a healthy player for a guy that's hurt right now. I'm not doing that. It's 3 wide receivers. Have Adams, Amon-Ra. If you already have Adams and Amon-Ra, then Evans is a great number 3 to already have, so I'm not making that trade. K. Scott says Voltron, which is the Lions, versus Voltron, land, sea, and air. Is this something I'm supposed to know? I don't know if I'm supposed to understand what that means.
I know what Voltron is, but I don't know the difference in those.
I'm confused, K. Scott. Austin Manguia had to spend my last few dollars on a membership, so Jake called me out. I didn't call anybody. I love you guys. Keep up the good work. I called no one out.
I don't remember. Ever. I definitely don't. I called people out. It wasn't Austin, though.
Yeah, we always, if we do, it's probably not for something like that at all. Darth Desmond. Trade, grade, CEH, and Gabe Davis for Mostert and Debo. Give me the Mostert and Debo side of that. Matty P. Half PPR, Jeff Wilson or Khalil Herbert in your 3rd flex spot. I gamble and go Jeff Wilson there. And then George P. gifting another $10 here. Says 10-team PPR, 8-1, first-year playing. Hurts, ETN, Walker, Jefferson, Hill, Everett, Cooper. On the bench, you got Pitts, Fields, Harris, Warren, Mooney, White, Mitchell in your IR slot. Thoughts for the playoffs? I mean, overall, I love the team you have with Jefferson and Hill. And you got Cooper there as your flex. ETN and Walker are great starts. Hurts, obviously, one of the best quarterbacks there in fantasy football. And you have Fields on the bench. You got Najee down there as well. Honestly, I would hate to ruin a good thing. You're already 8-1. Don't tinker with it. Just continue to let it ride because you've already got something that's going right. And then Anthony Denicola says, cannot gift for some reason. If I PayPal you, will you give 10 for me, Kyle?
And you don't have to do it because if I do it, I can only do it from my iPhone right now, and it charges like an extra few dollars. So you don't need to worry about that right now.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
But appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much for the thought process.
Just save that money for the breaks. I'm sorry.
Damn, Kyle.
Anthony's got 2 spots already tonight. So.
Oh, okay. So now Jacob wants to call us out, and then we see his name, and then he asks his question again. It's DK. Okay, it's DK.
Can we be done?
This night has been so weird. Why is tonight so weird?
I don't know. This has got to be one of the worst live streams we've ever had. So odd. So weird, people coming in here the way that they were.
It's just different. Jake Vader can't breathe. That's right. Yeah, the Vader mask has been retired. It's not even within arm's reach anymore.
Jacob, I just saw a comment that he left for Anna. I just block him.
He left something else after I answered his question?
Look at the comment that Anna just sent to us.
Yep, he's been blocked. Go ahead and just find him and block him.
Yep,
hide him from the channel.
Jacob, you're not gonna make sexually suggestive comments to our moderators. That's not gonna happen.
That shows just how lame you really are in real life.
Jesus.
It is. Local, like the vibe was just like, I mean, what the heck? People just want to hate everything. And I don't understand that lifestyle. I don't understand if things are that bad for you that you have to go online and hate others for something that's fun. Like, how bad are you down right now? Like, I don't get that. Right, Devin? It makes no sense. Ethan says he doesn't even cross that line. Ethan, she would go off on you if it was you that did it.
Ethan, she'd kick your ass.
Yeah, she probably would just hunt you down and find you.
We've answered all super chat questions.
Yeah, all of them have been answered. And I don't even see it as being something recently. I mean, I'm still scrolling.
George, Jesus.
George
with 20 gifted subs?
That means he's gifted, what, 45 tonight?
Yeah.
You know what this is going to end up doing? This is going to end up being to, like, people like George and Anna and Nick and Ben and all these people that gift members, and I know I'm leaving other names out there that do it all the time. These members are growing by the second, and at least we can count on them for the respect and the love back and forth.
I will say this about the membership stuff too. I didn't get an extra membership video out this week. My family has been sick all week long. So because of that, I didn't get extra. There will be extra membership videos next week. I've already got one. I got one done that I didn't get to today because I was trying to redo my setup in here to do a couple of things. I'm going to do a video on Taysom Hill. We're going to take a look at him. We're going to do some video breakdowns on all the young quarterbacks as well. And we're going to take a look at, what is it? Like, why are some of these guys not succeeding? Are there things that can be changed? Are there things that can be helped? So we're going to have a lot of stuff coming out. So if you're a member, make sure you keep an eye on those videos that week or this week.
George, I hope this offsets the bad comments tonight. George, it's not your responsibility to pick up for other people's downfalls, but man, we greatly appreciate it. I know there's a lot of people out there that are very grateful for your donation tonight.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of new people are going to be hopping in Discord. Discord is always full of positive vibes, so that's a great place to hang out as well. That's a great place. We have no drama in our Discord. For as many people, we have no drama other than one dude that continues to be hacked by sex bots.
He posted some porn Discord today. I was like,
we're like, where's this coming from?
Michael sent it. We have an IDP chat in Discord, yes. Now, do we particularly answer them? It depends. We don't really keep up on IDP as much.
I do
during
not.
The season.
I do not. I do not follow individuals. I follow total defense. Hashtag limp sloth in the chat.
Yeah.
Frisket Biscuit. Send a donation for the post-stream drinks. Appreciate that. Crooks RSA drop one running back for Jacoby Myers. Elijah Mitchell. I'm guessing that's what that is. Wilson or Williams. I don't know who Williams is. Hopefully not Jamal Williams. Wilson. Is that Jeff Wilson? I don't want to drop Jeff Wilson. Elijah Mitchell. I mean, he's more of a handcuff as of right now. I don't know which Williams that is.
Kyron.
If it's Kyron Williams, then, I mean, personally, I think it's kind of like a wash. I would go Myers if you really need somebody there. King Blaze, appreciate you out there. MK. Mooney, Gibson, Wilson, Najee, Pittman. Need 4 in a PPR. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to sit one of them. For me, I can't trust Michael Pittman at all. So that's where I'm going to go. And then Darth Raider, Higbee or Deontay. Half PPR on the flex. Give me Deontay Johnson. Hope for some bigger targets there. MK, Swift, Monty, Lockett. Need 2 in a PPR. I'm going with Swift and Lockett and hoping for the high upside. And then the CV Gun 123 has become a new member of Excessive Chubb. He's got Chubb just falling all over the place.
He's
CV
been a
Gun,
member
what's going
before,
on?
I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
At
He's
one
been around
point
here
he
for a long
mentioned it
time.
lapsed or something.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time.
welcome back, baby. Appreciate it. I just want to say one more thing. And then I'm done with it for the evening. I just want to say one more thing. For all of you out there that go to different outlets and like to look at different fantasy stuff, I'm all for that. I think it's good to try to get multiple perspectives. Now, not all perspectives are going to be good, and you have to be careful with who you're getting information from, and you have to yourself become extremely knowledgeable of football to not just go and take people's advice willy-nilly and say, okay, just because you said this, I'm going to do it, which is what we say all the time. We're trying to teach you all about fantasy football and football in general to help you make decisions and help you become more knowledgeable of the game. We don't tell you just to do things. My issue earlier, and the reason I got upset, is when people started to act like certain apps were better because they knew more information than what they lead on to. Y'all got to be really careful out there, because a lot of these people are trying to make it sound like they have some type of information that you don't. And that's not true. 99% of these fantasy analysts and these fantasy channels you go to, they don't have inside knowledge. They don't have somebody telling them something that you don't get. They're just re-spewing information that's already out there for you, and they're making it sound like they know more than what they do. So y'all got to be careful about that. So that's why I was just earlier I was trying to explain that, and other guys, few in the chat, were trying to push back, and that's what got me heated. So watch other channels, except for one. Watch other channel, well, 2 actually.
2.
Take their advice, whatever you want to. We're trying to make you better fantasy players here. We're trying to make you more knowledgeable. That's why we say all the time, if you've got a gut instinct, just go with it. Just go with it. If you feel like someone's going to be better regardless of what we say, then you got to follow your gut every single time. Our hope is at the end of the season, you say to yourself, I learned a lot this year. That's our goal.
Yeah, like you said, it's to teach. I mean, you don't ever want to just take people's like, oh, do this, do this, do this. That's not what fantasy football should be on any channel, anywhere. I mean, it's still your teams, and that's why we just really rely on trying to teach more than anything. And what analytics do you look at, and what stats do you look at, and what do you look at when you're watching film, and when you're watching games on Sunday, what are you paying attention to, and how far ahead are you supposed to be? Like, that's what our purpose is here. We're not trying to be first. We're not trying to be the best. It is what it is. Nobody sees the future. And if they call themselves experts, or they act like they have something that you don't, they're just lying to you. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, try to keep it real.
And I'm going to be honest, like, I'm going to be completely honest with you all. I'm not going to hide anything. A majority of the information that we all relay to you, you all can find.
Oh, yeah.
Now, do you do the same things with it that we do? No, we take a lot of time and a lot of pride in taking that information that's available to everyone and trying to put it into different ways of understanding and trying to fit numbers together and see what does this or what does that, and how does this correlate to this, and how does this correlate to that. That's what we do. Is we try to take information that's readily available, and we try to make it easier for you to understand. And we break down film here.
Yes.
I mean, we're going to be honest with you. There's going to be people out there that are going to be like, oh, you can't find this information anywhere. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
You can't find my dynamic running back rating anywhere, though. That is mine.
I can give them access to it.
Technically, you can't. You don't have access to the spreadsheet.
But technically, as an employee, if I requested it, you would have to grant it.
That is false.
All right, last one's here. And then what time do you plan on being live for the breaks, Kyle?
I was going to be live at 11, but I'm probably going to go closer to 10:30 now.
Okay, 10:30ish.
I would say 10:30. Yeah, so subscribe to Headliner Breaks. Just go after the stream is done. Just go into the search bar. I've pinned it up at the top as well. If you look at the top of the chat, it says Headliner Breaks. Click on it. I'm trying to get that channel to 1,000 subscribers. If I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I can monetize it, and then we can start making some money there off those videos. So I would really love for everyone that's here, if you could go over and subscribe to that channel. I'll be live there in a little bit, and there won't be any ass hattery there. So we'll rip some cards, we'll talk some football, I'll answer some questions, and we'll pull some fire tonight.
That's right. Last three here that we have for Super Chats to catch up. Michael Beard, who's better this week's matchup, Komet or Everett?
I have Komet higher than Everett.
Yeah, Komet's probably safer as of right now. James Smith, Tyreek Hill on 2 teams, Dulcich for 1. Or is that that's Taysom Hill on 2 teams, Dulcich for 1, Muth greater than Hill for the second? I mean, it depends on your entire roster, James. If you have a need to try to get more points, like if you're already behind or whatever, then you may have to gamble on Taysom Hill, but Dulcich is still going to be the safer option for the first one, and Muth the safer option for the second.
Scott Farkas, no, it's not. It's never like this.
No, this is just weird.
This has been a very weird night. I don't know what happened tonight. I don't know if it's a full moon. Live streams are never like this.
And I think if people wanted to say in the chat right now, they would probably agree with that. Shway96, 12-man PPR, just traded Lockett straight up for Mark Andrews, have D-Hop, Olave, Pittman, Sutton at wide receiver. Should Hollins or DPJ replace its wide receiver 3? So you traded Lockett straight up for Mark Andrews. Okay. And then should Hollins or DPJ replace its wide receiver 3 and a flex? If I had to choose one of those, I would probably go DPJ over Hollins. But I don't know the rest of the lineup and stuff, so I don't know for sure who you already have in there. Crooks RSA, would you guys consider doing a giveaway for a member who correctly picks the closest score in the postseason? I know you guys already do free ones. I think it'd be a fun idea. That could be something we look at in the future. Kicker 4806, Dak or Geno. I have Dak higher this week. And then the Ganimal, what's going on out there? Missed the whole chat at work, but you guys still rock. I know it was filled with bangers. Appreciate you out there, Ganimal.
All right. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to be live on Headliner Breaks in like half an hour-ish. Subscribe to the channel. We're breaking a box of 2021 NFL Select. This is probably the best 2021 box that you can buy right now. Absolute fire in here. Come watch me rip this open for the community. These cards are going to be going to people who buy into the break. If you're interested in doing that, you can hop in when the break goes live. For now, though, Jake and I are going to get out of here, and we are going to try to forget about this night ever happening. So, yeah. But for those of you that gifted memberships tonight, for those of you that tune into videos, for those of you that always bring a positive attitude, for those of you that are respectful in the comments and to the community members here, which there are so many of you, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for doing exactly what we are trying to do here. We appreciate that. We know that we'll never be able to eradicate all the ass hattery around here, but we do know that it will always be greatly outweighed by the great people who are currently here. So, Jake, anything else for the community tonight?
No, absolutely. Khalifa says right here, absolutely the best in the business. Jake and Kyle, first ballot Hall of Famers. We wouldn't be here without this community. Thank you so much to everybody who continues to support what we're doing here. Remember, we're trying to make a change through a game that we all love. I mean, we're all here because of fantasy football, but that doesn't mean that we can't make a difference elsewhere, and that's what this community is all about.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here. Peace out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I'll see everybody over on Headliner Breaks in about a half an hour. If you're members and you don't see me later tonight, then make sure you're back here tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the members-only live stream. We'll see you all later on. Have a great rest of your Saturday evening.
On the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and not